Hello and welcome back to Karagor Studios Remnant Lunar Archon Session 57. Hope you're having a good time. You look great today. That's a lie, I don't know how you look. I assume you look good, but, you know, a whole lot of your opinion and not mine. Let's see who's going to give the recap. There are 4 of you. I believe last time was Chris. Is that right? Hello?
I don't know.
I don't remember who gave the recap. It may have been Chris.
Well, in this case, it's going to be Sam. So Sam, what happened last time?
So, we went from the frying pan right into the fire. We finished our battle with the bandits and the cat scorpion things. And, I can't remember.
Did you
what
just
they
say
were called.
cat scorpion? I mean, I guess technically...
That's what I used for my vicious mockery.
Oh, that is
Displacer
okay.
beast.
Yeah,
Displacer beast. I didn't write that down for some reason.
I don't know if I just like hadn't remembered, but like that's a great vicious mockery that they're scorpion cats, or like that's a funny description. I'm gonna keep that in mind. Anyway, continue.
And then Thicket almost got burned up because the fire elemental set the forest on fire. And then we took care of that. And then some of the party went off and skinned 2 of them. And...
Attempted to skin 3, only successfully skinned 1.
Oh, only successfully skinned 1. I was gonna say I thought they failed a couple. And then we went and followed the bandit. We questioned the bandit captain. We followed him to camp. He tried to leave with his brother, and his brother didn't want to. And then I shot his brother, and then the bandit captain left with his brother, wounded, and yeah, and I guess we're not getting the snot beat out of us yet, but there's a lot of bandits here.
There are quite a few bandits. The person who is getting the snot and or other fluids beaten out of them is currently Thicket, who's having a not great time and is also on fire. So...
Thicket is Angie.
Thicket is Angie and also on fire. And not the good kind of on fire.
There's
put me
a
out,
good kind?
it burns, oh god, it burns. I mean, have you ever met a barbarian? It's the, oh god, it hurts, oh god, it burns, please help me, does anyone have water type of on fire. So, we're gonna start back.
I don't think Thicket has met a barbarian. Oh wait, Asuka is.
Asuka is, but she's also
barbarian.
a very cool-headed barbarian for the most part. But anyway, we're starting back at the top of the initiative. The first person in the initiative is actually the already a surrendered scoundrel who was immediately shot several times and is in a bad way. So the real first person at the top of initiative is Archer.
Future Micah, what day is it? Oh,
that's a good point. For future Micah's sake, the calendar date is Tuesday, the 23rd of May, year 417, post-schism. It is currently 6 p.m., roughly. The sun is on its way down. The standard moon's phase is currently the last quarter moon. So it's on its way out. And let's see, Archer. When I find you, Joshua, you're not going to enjoy it. As he steps out from behind the wall, yelling over toward Rellin and Joshua, who are both making their way out slowly. And he's going to attack John. Because he did not roll an intelligence check high enough to think to try and knock down the tower with Garand in it. Or at least not yet. So he is going to attack the person in front of him. First attack as he comes toward you, swinging his long sword. And unfortunately for me, misses as you manage to step out of the way as he actually swings it from left to right, striking into the ladder, causing it to actually break some, and is a little bit on the rough side. He's going to come forward with his dagger for a second attack. This one does hit. And is going to deal damage. There you go. Deal 7 points of damage as he moves towards, stabs toward you. You pull up your aura to be able to block it from really pushing into you, but you have a hard time keeping it away. As he pushes you back with that, he brings his longsword back from right to left. And misses again as you actually trip as you step back, landing on the ground, but the sword goes flying above you. Let's see, that was 10 feet of movement. Yeah. Let's see, I said that was 10 feet up. He is going to hop up and then climb back into the tower. Next to Grant, he has 5 more feet of movement. He is going to come onto this side of you to try and avoid being knocked off the tower.
Any chance that while he was trying to do all that, climb up a ladder, jump up it, get past me and everything else, I got a free, like, stabby stab?
Technically, he would have just entered your range, but John would get a free attack.
Oh, yay! Let's see. Yeah, I'll just stabby stab. Where's my stabby stab? There it is.
Stabby stab, that is a 9
Very,
to
very
hit.
bad miss.
Unfortunately, that misses as he steps up, climbing the ladder. I'm going to make a stability check for the ladder, so that's a fair point as he climbs up. As he climbs up, the ladder is going to break. I need to athletics check to see if he can, like, jump his way up and grab on and pull himself into the tower, as the ladder is going to break. Dude, my guy, do you have an athletics? Let's see. DC is going to be like 14. You rolled a 14. There you go. So he is able to pull himself up into the tower with now no ladder up and down. It's still only 10 feet. You could try to climb up, but it's not as easy. That is his turn. Doug, you are currently standing next to several thugs and bandits who are laying into thicket, who is now on fire. Oh, and right on time. What's up, Jack?
And Echo's here.
Hello.
Yep.
But yeah, I set my alarm and it went off, and I turned it off, and I set another alarm, and that one did not go off.
That'll do it.
Uh-oh.
That's okay. Welcome to the show. We've gone
I am
ahead and start. Yeah,
currently updating.
that's all right. You are currently standing next to several thugs and bandits who are kind of surrounding thicket. A few feet away, and by a few feet I mean like 20 feet away, is your Echo. Gambit is also hiding in a tent nearby. A few people have surrendered. There's also a mildly crazy-sounding scientist who has thrown alchemist fire at thicket. What would you like to do?
Yeah, I remembered that. So has anything changed since
Archer climbed back into the tower. The ladder up to the tower broke. Rellin and Joshua are both trying to leave, and Archer has threatened their lives on account of them fleeing.
Okay,
Those
so
are both the brothers, right?
Those are the brothers, Rellin and Joshua.
Okay.
okay, if I
Ones that
remember
y'all
correctly,
promised you're going to let go.
okay, here's the map. I need to open my combat tracker.
What would you like to do? Oh, also, anyone who doesn't already have a hero, or who has room for a hero point, go ahead and give yourself another hero point, because it is the start of the session. Even
Okay,
with
let's
the
see.
combat.
Can Doug see the scientist?
Not really. Not from where you are.
Right.
There are too many people in the way.
Let's see, that's I can't recast and then teleport because that would already be a bonus action.
Depends on what you're casting. You've already used most of your spells. I'm pretty sure the only spell that you that you have left, because I'm pretty sure I don't know if you used Dawn. You've definitely used Garden of Faith. You've used both Searing and Branding Smite.
Yeah, I did use Dawn.
You did use Dawn. In that case, you only have Daylight, which is a non-damaging spell.
Correct. Okay, so I guess I'm just going to because like I know the player, like Jack, would want to do something, but I don't think Doug would be this smart about it.
Okay.
So instead, Doug will just go into a rage.
All right. Can you go ahead and apply the rage effect onto yourself?
Yeah.
It'll be set to self, so you should just be able to press it or drag it onto yourself, whichever you prefer.
Let's see, did this...
And I believe, Brett, currently you are two-handing the Shattered Memory. So you have your
Correct.
shield unequipped, your AC is currently 15, your bow is over near the Echo because of where you dropped it.
Correct.
Cool.
So, rage should be active.
It is. What would you like to do with it?
So yeah, Doug will himself move. Can he move in this vicinity here?
Yeah, you'd have to go around, but you can move there. Stand
And
next
then
to Thicket.
Yeah, so he will just attack the one labeled Thug.
All right, the regular Thug. Go ahead and make the attack. As you step over, bringing the large two-handed sword around. That's 25. You can go ahead and add the additional necrotic damage from the effect. I believe it is, what's the effect called? It is, you can find it, slicing, which you can find under halberd because I didn't want to copy it over.
Halberd.
Yep, in your weapons power. Your weapon powers. The necrotic effect. Yeah.
I'm not sure what's going on, but when I click the magnifying glass, instead of it dropping, it is just sending me to a different sheet.
Are you sure you're hitting the magnifying glass, or are you hitting the dragon next to it?
The magnifying glass. So maybe my computer's just, the mouse is not synced.
Maybe. You may need to move a little to your left and see if it works. Or are you like going to the abilities page or something?
Oh, let's do abilities page.
Like, is that what it's sending you to, or like what page was opening? Can't have a D&D stream without technical difficulties.
Okay, it is taking me to like so it says the weapon, halberd, and it's giving me the name, the properties.
Okay, so it's showing you the halberd effect. In that case, try going just a little bit to the left of the magnifying glass and clicking and see if that does it.
Same thing.
What are we trying to do?
I'll go ahead and just throw the effect on you and you can continue it. I don't know why it's...
Because some of the weapons aren't like
I understand. Are you
formatted right on weapons tab. It's like everything is under the weapon itself in your inventory.
Yes. So if you're going to like the weapons up in the weapons area of actions, that's not where it needs to be. Scroll down to just below hero points where the weapons powers thing is. That's where the effects are.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I think you were clicking on the information about the halberd weapon, which is a bit different.
So it is already added.
I'll add it and make sure it's added to you. All right. So you should be able to just roll the damage. Cool. If you do a total of 15 points of damage as you come down, kind of interposing yourself between Thicket and him, slashing from left to right, cutting along his chest. His aura instantly breaks as he is staggered back, very hurt.
And then I will just attack again.
Then from where it is, you then pull upward with a stab forward. As he's stepping back, he manages to pull up his mace at the last second, sliding the blade off to the side as it pierces up toward his shoulder, cutting through part of his clothing. As your assault is rather aggressive, and he is somewhat shocked by it.
And then my Echo is just going to move... here.
Moving up, flanking toward him. As he is like shuffling back, he turns and looks over his shoulder at the imposing, like phantasmal orange person standing behind him.
And then that is it.
Alright, it is his turn. He is quite literally backed into a corner. He is going to freak out and try to attack you. He does have advantage because of pack tactics. He's going to make 2 mace attacks. He tries to swing down his mace toward you. It does hit.
Can I use Yeah.
Alright, so you parry. How much does that add to your AC? I believe for that it's half of your proficiency bonus? Yes, so it will unfortunately still hit, but it does use your reaction as you try to parry the strike. It does still strike along your arm, but it doesn't deal as much as it might have, we'll say. It only ends up dealing 3 points anyway, which you resist down to 1 because of your range. As he does this, he tries to actually pull back and kick you backwards. That should have had advantage. He is going to hit again. As he tries to kick against you and give a little bit more space, he deals 6 points of damage, reduced to 3, making you just take a couple of steps back as he kicks into your leg, not doing very much. That is his turn and all he can do. Joshua is going to continue to stagger along with his brother. As the 2 of them, can I kill that? And move multiple people at once. Right, I don't do that very well. Do that. That's weird. I don't know why it's giving me an error message, but sure. Probably because I'm trying to move 2 people at once with the token system. But they are going to continue to make their escape. On Rellen's turn, he will use his action to continue to move, and they will be functionally off the map. Gambit. You can't see up onto the hill where everything else is going on. You are currently like halfway under some rather smelly blankets and sleeping bags in a tent.
Yes. He is nice and cozy, but do you know who is not nice and cozy? Thicket. He's going to hop out of the tent and he is going to call out to Thicket. And Thicket, if you would like so, well, he's going to say, "Hey, Thicket, come put yourself out." And if you are willing, he will transposition with you.
Sure.
As a bonus action.
Alright, mark off the HD Gambit as you and Thicket trade places.
I gotta remember how to do that. Let's see. It was on the main page, wasn't it?
Correct?
Yes.
And then there... I can find it.
I believe in...
No, I can't. Oh, wait, no.
Class and level.
Oh, yeah, class and level. So, And then I subtract 1 from the 7, right?
No, that's your level. You need to add 1 to the hit die used off to the right.
Oh, wait, I see.
You don't need to de-level yourself. That might be a little bit unhelpful.
Oh no.
Now,
I'm
if
adding
these
an
cost
item.
a level every time to use, we'd be playing like, what is it, 2E or whatever it is, where you can actually just like use XP for stuff. You would also probably never want to use
No.
any of these ever, if that were the case.
Nope. Okay, I don't think I did it.
You gave yourself an additional class.
Use that
Yes, I
XP
don't.
for enchantments like Minecraft.
I fixed it. You can.
Okay, you got it.
you-
How do you?
So for the future,
Oh,
you
do
can
you, like,
click on the
scroll?
number and then just type, or you can
Oh,
left
okay.
control and mouse wheel.
Okay. I see. Cool.
Try
beans.
clicking on it
Right.
and making it 2.
1, 2.
There we
Boom.
go. Nice job. All right, you have swapped places. You still have an action and movement.
All right, the dude that is in between me and Doug.
There is
I believe this is
no
the
dude
Doug.
in between you and Doug. You and Doug are right next to each other. Are you saying like one of the two in front of you?
Or Doug and his echo.
Ah, the thug. Okay.
Is that would that be considered?
Yes, that would be
Would
next
I
to
have
someone.
advantage on him? Okay.
Not advantage, but you would be able to get sneak attack if you hit.
Okay.
The same, I believe, would apply
Cool.
to Bandit 28.
Cool beans. We're going at him with the. I believe I had the radiant shooter.
I believe you were
Scimitar.
using the Radiant Scimitar in one hand and the pistol in your other, so you can attack with the
Splendid.
Radiant Scimitar.
Yes.
Because those are
Oh,
both
wait,
light
hold on.
weapons, I believe. So,
Advantage. And then.
you do not have advantage.
Oh.
So unclick the advantage, because you only get sneak attack if you hit, but you don't have the advantage to hit. Because sneak attack is if you either have advantage or you have someone next to them. Having someone next to them does not give you advantage.
Okay. I thought you had. I thought that did.
No, it does not give
Never
you
mind.
advantage. Just lets you have the sneak attack, but it does hit. Go ahead and add sneak attack and roll damage. A 6 is enough. You should already have the Radiant Scimitar. Should already have the additional 6 Radiant applied. It does. Add your snack attack and kill this guy. As Doug shifts back from having been kicked by this guy, there is a shimmer in the space next to him as Gambit appears, swings the scimitar from left to right, cutting upward across his chest, matching the opposite of where Doug had struck with the Shattered Memory, cutting along this guy, tearing through him. He is very dead.
Alrighty. I believe that's the end of my turn. I'm just gonna stay put.
Thicket, you're taking 2 fire damage. You took 8 fire damage. You are on fire.
Lovely. Does it take my action to put myself out?
It does.
I would like to do that.
Alright, you use your action.
And then I would like to healing word myself.
That's a good set of things. Apparently you need to make a dexterity check to remove the fire, so go ahead and make a dexterity check.
Dexterity check.
Potent Alchemist fire.
Oh my gosh!
You are struggling to get the flames out.
Oh.
You can still healing word though, but you are struggling to put out the flames.
Can I use my bonus action to try again?
Nope. Takes an action. Someone
Are
else?
those alchemist flames like can only be put out by magic, or
No, but they burn really well, effectively. At least,
they're not quite phosphorus, but pretty close?
yeah. You heal 7, so you heal back slightly less than the fire damage. All right. Would you like to move?
Can I hide?
You could action hide. Where would you like to? No, wait, no, you don't have an action, so no. But you could move. You could run. There's a nearby building you could run into.
Can I take cover somewhere?
Sure. Look on the map. Where can you find cover?
Am I able to like what am I right beside?
That's a tent.
Can I take cover in there?
It will light on fire, but yes.
Oh.
On account of you being on fire.
Where can I go that won't light on fire?
Where do you think you could go that won't light on fire? Things made of cloth will probably light on fire, so the other tent will also probably light on fire.
And like everything is made out of wood.
This is true.
Are there
Use this
rocks
to your advantage.
anywhere or metal?
And there's a pot over here.
Roll around in the dirt.
You could go prone. That would make ranged
Drop,
attacks.
and roll.
Ranged attacks would have disadvantage if you laid down.
Can I use my action to stop, drop, and roll?
Well, you can. Okay, so we'll say that's how you do it. You're going prone and rolling around. You're still on fire,
No,
but
no, if it doesn't actually help with the fire, I'm not gonna do that.
I mean, it'll give people disadvantage on ranged attacks against you, but it will not
Oh.
help with the fire.
Okay, well then yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah. You
You could probably also yell out help, and the other scoundrel might help.
Help! Oh God, it burns. Bandit 28. He just saw you stab someone. He is going to be upset and is going to try to stab you, Gambit.
Evasion.
Uncanny dodge.
Uncanny dodge. Yeah, there we
Okay,
go. There we go.
You'll take half damage, so I'll go ahead and half and then roll damage because he does hit you. It was 6 damage reduced to 3. As he cuts toward you, you're able to shift around with the sword and actually pull up the sword and gun and slide his weapon away from you. It takes a bit of energy, but doesn't do much to you. That is his attack. He is kind of stuck, and he doesn't really want to get further into combat, so he is going to... He's already used his action, so he can't disengage. He's going to stand there and be afraid. The thug is going to go after you as well, Gambit, making 2 attacks with his mace with advantage. Huzzah! That does hit you. I need to check the properties list till I get to the level where I'm gonna let everything have properties, not just y'all stuff. Mace, 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 mace. What do you have?
I'm not gonna lie, this is starting to feel like it's gonna be a TPK.
Staggering and sundering. So, staggering. What does staggering do? Where are my effects? There it is. Staggering. Okay, you have disadvantage on the next check you make before the end of your next turn. And here's some damage. You take 3 points of damage. He is going to make another attack with advantage. He brings the mace down, strikes into you, brings it like he's basically just like baseball bats swinging downward as you are pulling up your sword and aura to try and block him. It's going to deal a little bit more damage. Deals another 6 points of damage. All in all, you've taken 12, maybe. That is his turn. He doesn't really have anywhere he can move, and he doesn't want to. Garand.
Okay, I don't have it on me, but do you remember if I did a guiding bolt
You have not.
that would give me advantage? Do I have advantage for any reason?
I don't believe so.
Okay, because I can't
think
remember.
you
So
did, but I think you've already used it.
maybe it was turn before that.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Pretty sure you already used an attack from...
All right.
I believe it was not even guiding bolt. You had used
Silvery barb.
silvery barbs, but that has already been
That one?
applied.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you've already
Okay.
used it.
Okay. All right. I'm going to. I feel like John and I need to take this guy down so that we can help our team. So
Fair.
I'm gonna hope that this dude is not the wisest dude. That he's more like strength and constitution. Like he's like more the tough guy. But we'll see. So, Le Hill de Person.
This your
It's my last spell. And then can I give a hero point to give him a minus or no?
Nope, that's not how hero points work. So he is going to, as he fails,
Yeah.
he is going to use his one and only use of Indomitable to reroll.
All right. Well, he'll still fail.
He'll probably still fail. He's only got a +2, and your DC is pretty
maybe he
solid.
won't, but you know, I don't know.
Hey, you've made him use Indomitable, if nothing else.
Yeah, but this is getting closer and closer to looking like a what man?
Like a bad time.
Do I need to put the thing?
He does manage to resist the effect. As you feel it grab onto him, you see as the lightning begins to cascade around him, as I think this is how you hold person, as the lightning begins to chain around him and hold him in place, as he flexes, he pushes outward and manages to disperse the spell before it can properly take hold.
Okay.
Magic don't work so well on me.
No, actually, I'm pretty sure it worked just fine. I guess you have some good training to try to resist that every once in a while, but you know that's okay. That's all right because you know what? Those people, they're gonna get free, and you're gonna fall, and this will be the end of your great and mighty, terrifying reign. So, congratulations for that.
All right. Are there any bonus actions or things you're gonna use? You've definitely used your full 6 seconds
hey,
of
Garon,
talking.
you should probably get down from there. Just a hint.
I mean, provoked from the guy that like can super murder me. No, I'm good. You know what? Here's my thing. I might sacrifice myself so that you can go help them. So I'll say, I'll hold him off. You go help them. It looks like Thicket's on fire. And I'm gonna healing light down to John.
All right.
So maybe I sacrifice myself here. We'll see what happens.
You heal 6 points of damage. John feels a bit better.
Yay.
I guess what I'll do is I will move around though with my move action so that I'm in a better position to also not be thrown out. So can you there-ish, I guess?
You can shift around.
Yeah.
I'm trying to check something. Grab my book real quick. There it is. I just needed something for reference in a minute. Alright, you've moved around. Is that your turn?
I mean, if you want to give me extra actions, I will take them.
I think that's everything you can do. So, John, what would you like to do?
So, I'm going to move over here just a smidge.
Alright, you step down the hill a little bit.
And then I am going to cast Shatter, which, let's see, it's a 10-foot radius.
It's 10-foot radius sphere, I think. Is that right?
Per sphere.
That size. I don't know if you can move mine, though, so you may want to make your own. There we go. Nice job.
Is that 10 foot?
That is a 10-foot
Yeah,
sphere.
it goes by radius.
Yeah, it's a 10-foot
Oh, it does go
radius
by
sphere.
radius. Okay. Okay.
And
So,
you can
I'm gonna
use
put
the middle to move it around.
right there.
Understandable. Go ahead and target all 4 of them and roll the save. You are probably about to kill several people.
Alright.
Welcome to being able to properly use your AoE.
Alright, so they all have to save.
They do. So you're going to have to target all of them. Or just roll, or just drag it onto them. There is one thing you can do, though. You can, on the map, I believe, you can control and then click on them. And it will make it so that you are targeting them, and then anything you roll will affect all the people you are targeting. So I would like for you to go ahead and try that just so you do it.
Gotcha.
Nice, and you should be able
And
to
then-
target. That looks like
And
all
then
of them.
do I
and
have
then
to
you
drag
just.
the?
So I would do the
thing, or-
save again so that it targets all of
Do I have to
them, but
drag
go
it
ahead
onto
and
one
do
of
the
them?
save. You can just click on the save, I believe, or you can drag it onto one of them, I think.
Okay.
Okay, I think if you drag it onto one, it doesn't, but if you just like double click on the save button, it should apply it to all of them. There we go.
Okay.
I don't know if you need to double click now that I say that, because it definitely targeted all of them twice with it. But that's okay. As long as they all make
Go
the
with the
save
last
at
one.
least once.
It's all random.
There we go. They're all targeted. I'm going to make the saves for each of them. Bonk, 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 bonk.
It's a 13.
They have all
Save.
failed. Roll damage. It'll automatically do
boy.
full damage. You should be able to just double click.
It's
Yeah.
You should be able to just
It
click
is-
on the damage.
okay. It is 4d8.
Yeah. Is it?
Yeah.
48 normally, or was that the upcast version?
At 3rd level. Yeah.
Oh, you're casting at 3rd level? Alright, good to know. So the thug is still alive. As you ring out the, I believe it was like a strum of your... No, you had like struck your sword, your rapier against something and used the vibration. As you are walking by down that path, you strike your sword against the rock, and as the vibration reverberates, you use the magic to shift it, and Thicket, you hear this piercing sound pass by your ear before it gets into that point. You hear the concentrated as there is a burst of the shatter effect there, instantly killing through some level of sound-based means. I don't know how sound actually looks when it kills someone. Just killing 3 bandits instantly and sending the thug staggering forward. Thug is quite hurt. I believe you can double-click with your mouse to get rid of the thing, unless you just want to leave the black circle there.
Oh.
I love how Garon's like, we're all gonna die. All my friends are overwhelmed, and then John's just like, snap,
Now we're
and
good.
then like kills like.
Kills 3 people. It is the scientist's turn. He is going to move over. Ooh, we have some interesting heroes. And what should he do? Let's see, he's already used that. I guess I should check what those were. Okay, so he's got a bit more of that. Yeah. He's gonna throw more fire, this time at Doug. As there is a small jar of this alchemist fire comes flying toward you, Doug. As you pull up your sword to try and block it, it strikes against it and shatters. Yeah?
Hold on. It looks like I still have... So I know on a short rest, I get my action surge and second wind back.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like my luck came back too. Is that correct?
Your luck is fully marked off. Your luck did not.
Oh, that's okay. I
Yeah,
see.
the check marks means it's used.
Okay, I see.
So it is going to shatter against your sword as the fire falls upon you. I'm going to add the effect onto you. Enjoy that. On your turn, you will take the damage. He is then going to, with his other hand, swing his sling. And he is going to... John is too far away. Yeah, he's just going to go after Doug. Might as well with the second thing, too. He swings with his left hand. That is enough to hit, as you are going to take a little bit of damage as this rock strikes into you, only dealing 3 points of damage. He is then going to use his other 15 feet of movement to move back out of the way, behind the wall. That is his turn. He is going to also bone... Nah, he doesn't need to do that, does he? Nah, he's good. Alright, Rallin and Joshua are going to leave the map. Yeah. Escaped. Scoundrel 13, the one that y'all don't currently see. There is a figure that dashes out from behind the wall up toward Gambit. He is going to advantage from sneaking, make an attack.
I shouldn't have used my reaction on that one guy. Did like 6 damage.
Probably. Here's a short sword.
Oh well.
That's a miss.
Lesson
His first
learned.
attack misses. His attack with advantage. You're actually able to shift backward as he comes toward you. And as you step off to the side, the sword swings around and strikes against the wood next to you. He pulls a short sword out and tries to stab toward you, this time not with advantage. He misses you again. Dang. My God, you are not doing well. You had the opportunity for sneak attack and you just failed. You dropped the ball. He is, however, going to bonus action Dirty Trick, and as he steps away, he is going to make it appear that he trips backwards as he is going to disengage and move 15 feet. You're going to make a dex save, Gambit. As this...
Evasion!
The evasion only makes it where you take no damage from damaging and half damage if you succeed against damaging. No, I'm sorry, half damage if you don't succeed, no damage if you do.
I thought it was...
You still have to make the save, though.
Okay.
Does not give you advantage either. But you do successfully make the save as he tries to kick up these various rocks and sand from the ground toward you. You're able to pull up your arm and cover your eyes for a moment. You do not have disadvantage on your next attack.
Alright. You tried to Charisma Rogue the Charisma Rogue.
And he failed on
How does
all
it feel?
accounts. The scoundrel that is badly hurt is going to do nothing. Archer, is it right that you are holding your trident?
Yep.
Alright, he is going to make an attack with his longsword as he will try to stab toward you.
I also have the stiletto from the assassin girl in my offhand.
Fair enough. The first attack is going to miss as he tries to stab the longsword toward you. You manage to shift out to the side as the sword pierces into the wood. He is going to try and turn the sword to kind of like have the blade against your neck. Kind of saw it downward. This is going to hit. Is there anything you can do in response?
Bleed.
Alright, fair enough. You're going to take a bit of damage as he pulls it down toward you. Kind of like a clamp pushing toward you as you use your aura to push it away, trying to keep it from you. You are going to sustain 11 points of damage. And as he does this, he is going to use his bonus action with the long sword, the effect of that, to use the ensnaring property. He is going to use his bonus action to attempt to disarm you as you feel his dagger hook onto your trident. Let's see, what does that do?
Cool story about that. Cool story about that. He doesn't know, but cool story about that.
Oh, cool story. Oh, yeah.
You can't disarm. You can't disarm a pack weapon.
Oh, is that just a thing? You can't disarm it at all?
You can't. Well, it would drop and then it immediately comes right back to my hand.
Yeah, I think it's a bonus action, but he does not know that it's true. Now I'm curious. Is it... Let's see. Pact of the Blade... Yes.
I believe it's command word, but...
It looks like it is an action to summon it back to your hand.
That's a power down, but oh well.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Yeah, I think so.
But you get you get a athletics or acrobatics check to stop him from doing this. So you can go ahead and roll that if you'd like. As he tries to pull it away from you.
Yeah. That it really sucks because you get into like if you are surprised in combat and like if it's quick, then you have to waste a whole action to summon your weapon.
As he does this, as he tries to pull his dagger onto it, you actually spin the trident in your hand, like kind of dragging his hand around as he has to pull back and drop the dagger, as you pull out your other hand with the stiletto and kind of palm push him backward as he staggers back a couple of steps, pulling his long sword out of the wall. Let me check his multi-attack. He does get to still make one dagger attack, so he's going to pull another dagger out from his belt. It does hit. As he pulls it in, tries to stab toward you. Deals 7 points of damage. You think you're something special. Just another hero to die. Doug, you take 5 points of fire damage as you are on fire. Jack? Jack, are you alive?
Where are you?
I'm so
And
sorry.
I'm so sorry.
Also,
Can you hear me?
Yes, you can hear you now.
Hi.
And yes, the page 271 that has the disarming rules was what I was looking up a minute ago. What would you like to do, Doug? You're currently on fire.
Oh.
Dealt 5 points of damage to you.
Yeah, so Doug is going to attempt to run towards the scientist while also slashing at
Doug.
Thug. So first, I guess he'll move in this general direction.
What'll work is you step past him, you swing the blade around.
Okay, that's why.
Are you piercing or slash? Yeah, you're slashing right now. Unless you want to be piercing, which decreases their AC. That unfortunately misses. As you step by, he managed to duck underneath as he's kind of looking back and forth between Gambit and Doug. Pretty cornered.
Can I use a hero point and re-roll that?
You cannot.
I mean, not a hero point, a hero die.
What do you
Or
mean?
whatever. A hit die. That's what it
hit
is.
die, yeah. So hit die doesn't let you reroll. It lets you roll a d8 and add it onto the effect. You'd like to reactive realignment. So it is a d10, I'm sorry, because it's you roll the hit die and then get to add that amount to your roll. So you can roll, actually, because you're a barbarian as well, you could choose to roll a d12 instead. Would you like to use a d12 or a d10?
Never mind. I'm just going to do my second attack.
Okie doke.
2 is a pretty low anyway.
I mean, yeah, your total is 8. It's the same.
Well, that's ridiculous.
Would you like to reactive realignment now, or?
Sure.
Sure. You're gonna roll the d10 or d8?
Wait, was it D10 and D8 or?
I'm sorry, d10 or d12?
D10 and D12.
You
D12.
roll the d12. It's up by 4. Should not have healed you. There are 2 different ways to do the hit die. One is to roll them regular-wise. The other is to use the thing in your main page under class and level to change the amount of hit die you have left to the ones that you've used. But that 4 brings it up to 12. Doug, what's your AC? I believe it is 11. That hits. The first strike as you swing by, he managed to duck under. You bring it downward again. As he tries to slip out of the way, the sword seems to almost curve in the air and strike toward him. Roll damage. As it does strike toward him, you you slash into his chest, striking him against the ground as he does not move. As you stand up from the blade cutting into him.
Wait, so I am going to run to where I can see the scientist.
Okie doke. You can kind of see him, but not super well.
Okay, well, in that case, Doug will go this way, and then the echo will go in this direction to where it's coming around the corner.
Okie doke.
And then as a bonus action, I will do second wind.
Alright, go ahead and heal yourself. In the meantime, Gambit, is your turn. You've been attacked a bit, but you're feeling better than normal. Normally, when you get attacked 4 times, you feeling more hurt than this. Your aura would flash, but you're doing it. You're living. You're fighting up front.
Chris, what was that about a TPK?
Listen, sometimes it feels more dangerous than it actually is mechanically. That's okay.
He
Well,
said that,
it might,
and then the
grunt
tables
might go
turned.
down. So.
Very quickly.
That's true. He did say it, and then the tables turned on everyone except for him. Up there, he's still having a bad time. Y'all are all good, though. What was it you're doing, Gambit?
To be fair, I also forgot that two of those thugs or whatever, they're not even really involved. They're both hiding or scared or whatever. So
Oh yeah, the childish demeanor thug is unconscious. The scoundrel with the hurt right shoulder has fully surrendered. He's done. He's good.
Yeah. So I did forget about them, but
That's true. But still,
it did also turn around. And again, like I said, it could be that Garon makes a stand here to keep you guys safe because.
Who knows? But Gambit, what would you do in this instance?
Because imagine if you didn't go over there, John.
Fair.
So the Scoundrel 13 is still hostile, right? Or is
Yes.
he?
He's the one that tried twice to stab you and failed.
Okay. But he's not the rogue, right?
He's the roguish one, yes.
He is the rogue. Okay, I thought he died for some reason. It's me.
Hello.
Scimitar piece.
I am the problem.
I'm not gonna have sneak attack though. That's
Correct.
a bummer. That is a huge bummer, but it is what it is.
That is going to hit, and as you do this, he is going to use his own reaction to Uncanny Dodge. I've already added an effect to him to account for that, so you can just roll the damage.
Rogue fight.
Rogue fight, rogue fight.
Oh,
Thing is, 1v1
the
rogue
least-
fights are actually rather weak, all things considered, because they both have a hard time hurting each other very much. You deal 5 points of damage total as he resists it, as he manages to slip out partially from where the attack is coming from. As you cut down toward him, he manages to slip off to the right, leaning onto the rocks before standing back up. That is your action and half of your movement. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
No.
Oakley dokley. Thicket! You're no longer... Oh, no. Wait.
I am still on
Yeah,
fire.
you should still be on fire. Let me throw that back on you and, Why did that turn on fire?
Wait, you should still be on fire.
Let me put you back on the flames.
No, Fantasy Grounds is right.
No, Fantasy Grounds is definitely wrong. Let me put it back to Gambit's turn, and then, there you go. Take 3 points of fire damage.
I will try and... Well, okay. Is there water anywhere in the nearby vicinity?
There is some form of liquid in the pot, but it does seem to be hot. Outside, you don't immediately see any water.
Okay. Well, then, yeah, I'm just gonna try and pull myself out.
Okie doke, make a dexterity check.
Come on, Thicket.
You also have your own water.
Roll.
That is enough. You do successfully manage to stop, drop, and roll, and put yourself out.
Yay.
Still prone,
Yay!
but you are no longer on fire.
Thicket, how many more HP do you have?
Oh, Thicket's hurt, you know. An amount.
I am hurt. But I will healing word myself again.
That's fair. That's your bonus action.
I was just curious because it says heavy, and I wanted to know how heavy.
Yeah, I mean that's why I leave it on the wounded and heavy, is so that you have
Yep.
slightly less information. I think
Oh, I
heavy
see.
is I don't know if heavy is below half or below a quarter or what. I don't remember what the actual sets of things are. I'll have
I
to keep
thought it was like 2/3.
maybe
or
it might
1/3.
be a third or less is heavy, and then like there's I think wounded is like above half. And then there's some like orange for the short area between half and heavy. But anyway, you heal
Bloody
7
wolf.
points, which didn't apply to you for some reason. I'll go ahead and redrag them onto you. Bonk, there you go.
Thank you.
You have your movement left if you would like to use it. Half of it would be standing up.
No, I'm gonna stay here.
Okay. Okay, so that thug is unconscious. Garand.
No, honestly, the only thing special about me is my family down there, which is why you'll never touch them. And I will stab at him.
Stiletto stab.
Stab.
No, my feather of Decim.
Ah, there you go. The good old feather of Decim. Make a stab. As he is stepped away, you spin the trident and strike toward him, but he manages to.
Oh
pull
wait,
down.
I'm sorry, I forgot. I'm not used to making attack rolls with this. I should have used a hero point. Oh well, it's on me, I guess. All right. Oh well.
Do you? I don't believe you have extra attack yet. You still do have a bonus
No, I
action
don't.
and movement. But
Yeah.
you do strike toward him. He managed to pull his own 2 blades, catching the trident between its 3 prongs, and then pushing it back toward you.
All right. Well, with my bonus action, I will stiletto stab.
That's fair, because it is a light weapon. You pull out the dagger, hero point. This one,
Doesn't matter.
unfortunately, as
Hooray.
well, he
All right,
does
I'm
manage to shift his own arm down as he's kind of got the trident pushed backward. He strikes down toward your arm with his as he strikes his forearm against yours, knocking your blade out of the way.
It's fine. I'm done.
As Micah accidentally hits his desk and hurts his hand slightly. Alright, Garand is having a time up there. John.
Oh, maybe you are left.
See, that's why Chris feels like this is more dangerous. It's because he's fighting the guy that's having
What is the childish thug? How is
he is
looking?
unconscious. He has been knocked out and pushed off to the side.
He
All
also surrendered.
Did that one surrender?
so-
I feel like that one was knocked unconscious, but I could be wrong.
He was like, I'm done, and backed up against the wall, and then he got shot again.
Oh,
Well, now
And
that
was
Doug and
got
Gambit and Thicket are looking a lot better
unconscious.
okay, fair enough.
situation-wise. They're actually evenly matched now. I'm gonna turn my attention back to Archer.
Alright, the ladder up there is broken, so there's like a 10-foot climb that would take 20 feet of movement.
I'm not gonna go up there.
That's a fair point.
Uh,
From there, you can
I'm just
kind of
gonna-
see him.
I'm just gonna put Shatter behind him and hope he fails his save.
Where exactly are you going to put Shatter, and do you need to see the point that it goes to?
I don't believe I need to see the point.
Find out.
Erupts from a point of your choice within range.
Alright, so you do not need to see it. Where are you going to place it specifically? We'll need vertical information as well.
Like about, head height behind him, about 5 feet behind him.
Fair enough. Right there, or further behind, or off to the side, or over here.
Say that again?
Where exactly? Right there?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and target him and roll the save.
I feel like something's about to happen.
Don't worry about
He
it.
does
Aw.
succeed. He's still going to take half
Well.
damage.
He still takes half.
I will also need to know what the roll is in general and what the tensile strength of wood is. And this does do double damage because those are objects.
Yeah, it automatically fails because it's an object. It can't help it, and
Yep,
it
so
will
go
take
ahead and
double.
roll damage. It should go ahead and roll against him and deal half damage. It does. He takes 5 points. He deals 20 points to the planks of wood. Garand, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw
Oh,
as the
boy.
floor directly in front of you gives out as falling the 5 feet onto the ground beneath, which is, you can kind of see along there where the ridge is. Both you are going to be falling in as well. It's only 5 feet, so it's no damage, but you are currently now in a pit in this tower with the guy who he is going to make the dex save and see if he falls prone or not. I'm going to say you don't fall prone because you were able to kind of stop yourself and you only fell into it since you technically weren't in the area of the effect, but from the wood snapping and breaking around you. His dex save. How you gonna do, Archer? He does manage to, as he lands, does manage to land successfully without falling prone. You two are now slightly out of sight. John, is there anything else you'd like to do?
He's got a heck of a save bonus.
I mean, he just rolled a nat 16 on that one.
Oh, okay.
Luck applies for half the game, you know?
Yeah,
Apparently, Archer has it in spades.
apparently.
He stole it from Thicket.
I don't
You say
think
that like
I
Thicket's
have any
ever been that lucky.
bonus actions I can really do, so
Thicket's secretly a black
I'm just
cat.
gonna... Is this thing right here, that thing like a wall of some kind?
It is broken now from when he fell on it, but yes, it was like a wall of wooden spikes.
Well, I'm gonna go hide behind it.
That's fair.
Just
It's
in
also
case.
just a ridge, so if you just like hid behind the ridge, that would also work.
That works.
The scientist is going to look at he is going to step 10 feet until he can... Oh no, he's going to do that. He is going to climb up the stairs, make a jump check to try and jump over the hole in the stairs, because that happened last time. Athletics. Can you hop? Do you have the hops? He does not. He is going to fall down. He's going to make a dex save. He does succeed. So as the dwarf comes up to the top of the stairs, he tries to jump, but the edge of the wood breaks out from underneath him, and he falls back down in that little hole there. He is on top of a box and a body, but he's going to work with it. He is going to throw a vial of acid at Doug from there, still in range.
Which Doug?
I'm gonna have him make an Arcana check to see if he knows how echoes kind of work. He does. He's a surprisingly well schooled in the Orange Sun's practices. Anyway, it misses as this vial of green liquid slings past your head. It strikes into the wood behind you, and there is a sizzling sound as the wood of that wall begins to melt. And then he's gonna, make a sling attack because he can. And that does hit. It's not gonna do... It's doing it again. It's trying to... I'm not gonna roll this on y'all. It's doing it again.
Oh no.
It's trying to make him roll 441 or whatever, or like 142 d4s. Here, this will roll the correct amount. There you go. 6 damage, reduced to 3. That's more accurate. It's not going to do 98 damage, which, to be fair, would still be reduced to like 46 for you, and you might live the hit. But that's not what he rolls. So that's his turn. It's down to 13. He's going to be right in front of Gambit, and I guess y'all are having a rogue off. He is going to make a couple of short sword attacks against you as he tries to return fire.
I'm going to evasion one of them.
Uncanny dodge. Gonna uncanny dodge the first one.
Yeah.
Okie doke. Short swords don't have much, do they? Short sword is... It does. It has the slashing effect. You're going to get some necrotic damage as well, which is going to be reduced by half. Still need to add that effect. That. Wrong thing. Where's the half damage? There's half damage. Short sword. Pierce toward you. It deals 9, reduced to 4 as he strikes along, actually cutting through part of your clothing as your aura pushes the attack from your shoulder. He is then going to try and swing it. From there he is just going to try and push it downward. That is going to hit. I don't think there's anything you can do about this one, but this one does not get the slicing bonus. As he tries to push against you, it deals 4 more damage as you use your R and shove him away. That is his turn. We are back at the top of the initiative. He is not there. It is Archer's turn. Archer is going to look toward you in the rubble. I had a family once. Doesn't last. He's going to make attacks against you. First one is going to hit. As he brings the longsword down toward you, you pull up your spear and are able to keep it back some, but you have to use your aura as he pushes down toward your shoulder. He pulls the longsword back and then does an upward strike. This one he misses. As he pushes back, you swing the back end of the trident, striking him in the chest, causing him to step back because he slips on some of the wood. He is going to use his other hand to attack with the dagger. He brings it up toward you. That is going to hit. As it strikes toward you, you have to use your aura as you feel it push toward your ribs as you can't get close to it to really stop it yourself before you push his arm and the weapon away. But your aura has flickered. You're feeling a bit on the bad side. No guarantee it'll keep going. Doug, you are taking 6 points of fire damage, and it is your turn.
Wait, so, Doug is just going to yell out at Gambit and be like, hey, let's tag team the alchemist, scientist, whatever that thing is, throwing things at people. So he's going to move his echo.
Hey, let's tag team this guy.
Yeah.
Echo shifts. You run toward him.
So is he currently on something?
Yes, he is standing on a box, but he's also a dwarf, which makes him slightly taller than you now.
So, like, he's still within hitting range.
Yes.
Yeah, in so that case, Doug is just going to swing.
Yeah.
Let's do this one.
That hits. Roll damage.
Does that exceed the AC?
Let me check what his AC is. Weird, it normally tells me by how much. It is by enough. You can add slicing.
Add slicing. Oh, it's under the halberd.
That is
I don't know why I did.
Heavy. That
Yeah,
is the wrong one.
Yep, that is the wrong one indeed.
I'll remove that effect from you, and you can add the halberd's slicing effect. There you go.
Slicing.
And roll damage.
Wow, okay.
It does minimum damage, but as you swing it, it strikes toward his legs. His aura blocks it, but he still feels the momentum as he is knocked onto, now sitting on the box in front of you.
Doug is just kind of like, crack his neck a bit as if like, that didn't do what I wanted it to do. And is going to swing again.
That does hit. Roll damage. But it is not enough to get slicing. That does 11 points of damage as he has to shift back as his aura flickers as you just bring the sword down and strike against him. He uses aura to push you back, but does not take the full, or is not properly hurt by it, but his aura does flicker. That is your action movement.
And then, can I action surge?
Yeah, you did short rest, so you can action surge if you like.
Yeah. So action surge, and let's attack again.
That is a 15. That does hit, not enough to get slicing. Deals another 9 points of damage as you are now just kind of wailing on him as he is using his aura and trying to roll out of the way. Make one more attack. That hits and is enough for slicing. As the last blade, as the last strike swings down, you pierce into his chest with the large sword before pulling it out of him. As he does not move, he.
Doug's just gonna turn around and tell Gambit, never mind, and start running the rest of the 10 feet.
That's fair. Never mind, I'm good.
10 feet.
Yeah.
I think I had 10 feet left. I think
so. That feels right. Yeah, good enough for me. Gambit.
Yep.
Yay! Can Gambit? So it looks like Doug is en route, right?
Yes.
Can Gambit hold his action?
Yeah.
To wait for Doug to get so he can have sneak attack.
Sure.
And that means I won't be able to react, right?
Correct. I mean, you can choose to use your reaction for something else, but you will not be able to use it on this if you do. It's like if he were to try to get away and you could reaction attack, you would lose this reaction to use that reaction.
Okay, so if he were trying to hit me, I couldn't use Uncanny Dodge, right?
Correct.
Okay, that's fine.
Alright, Thicket. You are not on fire. Doug is,
Oh,
but he
I
doesn't
don't
seem
think-
to mind.
Yeah, I don't think Doug has realized, because he's enraged, that he's on fire.
Okay. Well,
You have, I don't know how Garand has necessarily reacted. You may have heard Garand yell out.
No, I'm staying in character. I'm at this point, like, Garand doesn't know how everyone else is doing. So, from his perspective, if he can hold this guy off long enough to keep everybody else safe, that's worth it to him. I mean, I was gonna roleplay that, but
Fair enough.
like,
I think
I don't know what's gonna happen.
So you do not know how Garand is doing. You have heard another shatter from the tower behind you.
And there would have been some crashing wood.
I heard some crashing noises.
Yep.
Um,
Sounds like they're taking down the tower.
let's see. What is the range of this spell?
I have no idea. Frankly, I'm a little surprised you still have spell slots left. You've used a lot.
I have one spell slot.
Yep.
I think you're still concentrating on Call Lightning, right?
Nope. Call
No.
Lightning was... I think you got to use each cast of it once before you lost concentration?
Yeah.
I
having bad
got
roll.
the first time I cast it, I got to use it like twice.
Oh, nice, nice.
How far away am I from Doug? 40. Okay, I will stand up and go 10 feet closer to Doug. So that I'm within 30-foot range. And I will take some of my water from my water bottle and try and use shape water to get rid of the fire that's on Doug.
Nice.
Let's
Make
go.
a wisdom check.
Wisdom check.
Oh no, it's a grease fire.
Thank
Yeah,
goodness.
you're easily able to pull the water. You strike it toward him very waterbender style. It whips around, like hitting all of the points of fire and putting them out basically immediately from whatever
Katara.
washing whatever chemical this was off of him.
Doug initially is like running towards you and has his hands up as if like protecting himself. And then at the end is like, I feel better.
Oh, it's not as
Look
hot.
at that. That thug is there. Garand. What would you like to do?
Thicket will do one of those like cat shakes to get all the dust off of him from rolling in the dirt.
Poof! There is a bunch of air suddenly around you. What would you like to do, Garand?
Listen, mate, I don't know what you've lost, but family isn't about what you lose. It's about whatever you're willing to give in order to honor them. And whoever you loved, I can't imagine they'd be happy with what you're doing now. And you will not hurt them. I only know this because I've lost my own mother and father. And I stab.
Alright, so you
hero
are going
point.
to spear Trident. With a +3 bonus. He is going to, against the first attack, attempt to parry. It does fail, because you did roll quite high, but I had decided he would try to parry against the first attack that came against him. So you still do hit. Does the feather give any special effects? I don't know that it does as a trident.
Well, you said I could pin people with it.
Yes, there is the skewering effect. I believe that is... No, that's the winged effect. Okay, let's see. How does the winged effect work? You can prevent them from approaching you. You can use a bonus action to attempt to disarm a creature within reach using a winged weapon. After damaging a creature, you could grapple with a winged weapon. The target cannot move straight toward you, and the area within your reach is difficult terrain for it until it leaves your reach or you attack the weapon again. Well,
I guess the disarm would be the most reasonable.
yeah, you can also bonus action shove if you've already got a creature this way. So if you'd like to try and disarm one of his weapons, you could.
Yeah, I think that'll be the part that I'm doing, because that's like instead of the slashing with the extra damage or whatever, right?
That would be instead of using the stiletto. You still get the regular damage from the feather, though.
Okay. We'll have to see how much this happens. So as it comes to him, like he gets visions of me like watching like the storm happen and like then everything breaking apart and me losing sight of my mom and whatever happened to her. So the psychic blades that are attacking him are the memories of my loss.
Oh,
Hopefully
you're
it's
using
going-
psychic blades. That's what. Okay, that's what I didn't understand. No, yeah, you can do that and this. Yeah, so go ahead and add the effect. You did already. Very nice. As these visions come over him. Deals 24 points of damage as it strikes into him. Let me double check that. Alright. As there is the pulse of this energy, and you see his head like push back for a second, like he's reeling for a moment.
And if the option is to disarm him or to stab him again, I think it would be to stab him again.
Alright, go ahead and stab him again.
If anything, like Garand is seeing this as an opportunity to like what it might be like when he has to fight whatever he has to fight.
That's fair. For the record, you can only do Psychic Blades once per round. So you would have to wait until the next round, but you still can get the stiletto damage off. And you crit. Shame it wasn't on the other thing with the extra Psychic Blades, but it is what it is. Let me see, does the stiletto have anything special? First, it does have the Sundering effect, so you've actually technically got a bonus to hit with the stiletto against him because he is wearing heavy armor. But there is no additional effect, so you do go ahead and roll the double damage. deal 9 points of damage as you see his aura flicker as you strike toward him, and he's using his own sword to push the trident backward. You pull your other hand, slicing toward his arm. His aura flickers as he pushes the blade away from himself.
You will not hurt them. I'm done.
Gone.
So, I am going to cast Vicious Mockery on Archer.
You have to see him for that.
No.
Go.
Wait. No, I do have to see him. All right, I'm gonna move out here because I can see him underneath the thing, right?
No. I
No?
think well, that's a fair point. I don't know if
Is it a tower on 4 posts, or is it completely surrounded in the bottom?
I don't know that I actually ever described. So I'm going to roll a d100, and we're going to say that on a 50 or lower, it's on 4 posts. On a 51 or higher, it is enclosed. That did not roll into the chat the way it's supposed to. And I'm actually going to do this. I don't know if it'll let y'all see it if I do it on the... Well, it looks like you finally have a use, Bob. 76. It is unfortunately enclosed.
Enclosed. Dang it.
Bob is not for us.
Bob is not... See? I hate Bob, and so should y'all.
I love Bob.
I'm aware.
I love Bob too.
You unfortunately cannot see into that space.
And there's no way I can get in there easily.
I mean, you could... Your movement would be tough. I'd say you could probably manage to climb up to, like, the edge where you can see in there if you make an athletics check. Otherwise, you wouldn't have enough speed to get up there. You'll be able to get in, but you could, like, climb up the wall enough to, like, poke your head over.
Alright, let's do that. I'll roll an athletics check. Boop-a-doop-a-doo. Athletics.
That is
What does that give me,
15.
boss?
That is enough. As you manage to climb, you stick your head over the edge, seeing Garand, who looks a little bit ragged against this guy, who is, also hurt, but not as bad. As you climb up and see his aura flashes, they are giving an impressive level of stare down at each other.
I'm going to cast Vicious Mockery on him.
Alright, go ahead and make him make the save. What are you going to say?
Your mother never loved you, and that's why you don't value family.
Oh.
Well, it's not enough to make him, stagger his attack. But it does have another effect that you'll find out in a minute. Scoundrel is going to attack Gambit.
Wait, do I not roll damage? Oh, wait.
He succeeded.
Oh, he succeeded.
Yes,
Aw.
he rolled a nat 20 on them.
That's sad. Sorry, I saw success and I thought I succeeded. Dang it.
That is a hit. Gambit, would you like to use your reaction, or are you going to save it?
I'm going to save it.
Short sword. Deals 8 points of damage. It's going to bring the short sword down
I
again.
knew it.
And deal no damage as he misses you. He is then going to bonus action disengage. Get all the way over here, and he's going to make you make a dex save. You succeed. You do not have disadvantage on your next attack, but he does move away from you. At the top of the turn order, it is.
Hey, out of
Archer.
curiosity, is it for him to do that? Is that a bonus action for him to try to cause that blind thing?
Yes,
So he bonus action disengage and bonus action. So he did two.
it's a thing that does both.
That's impressive.
Yeah, it's called Dirty Trick.
Okay,
Uh,
Gambit, you need to learn it.
Well, that'd probably be like a subclass thing. Currently, it's just an NPC
okay.
thing. Though now that you mention it, I should make like a thuggish or something like that for a rogue. That'd be a good thing. That'd be a good idea. Anyway, it's Archer's turn. You see Garand. He has a look of almost pity for a moment as he sees what you've seen and what you've been through. And as John climbs up and yells that his mother doesn't love him, he looks to John, and I'm going to have him make a single wisdom check to decide between killing John or you. He is going to attack Garand again.
Aww.
Oh,
I watched my family die, and now so he says to John. It is going to make a longsword attack against Garand. It is, unfortunately for him, going to miss as you manage to slip out of the way, stepping underneath as he swings the sword wildly. He swings it back down toward you. And once again, as you step up, you actually spin the trident around, sliding his sword away from you. He is going to pull up his other hand with the dagger, trying to strike you as you move upward to your right. And this one also misses. As he tries to cut it toward you, you actually move your head back and manage to dodge as he slices the air in front of you. With 3 ineffective attacks. That is his turn. Doug, you're on. That should not have burned you. You are not on fire anymore. Let me put your health back and then remove the fire. It is your turn.
Yeah, so Doug is just going to like point to his echo and move him 30 feet. In addition, Doug is also going to move 5 feet in that direction to keep the distance
That is
30 feet.
The wrong people.
Wait, what?
That is the wrong person. The one without the health bar is you. I'm sorry, the one with the health bar is you. So the one that is black at the end of it is, like, the darker colored one is you. The other one is your echo.
Oh, I see.
So you move them both that distance, but
Well,
you would
my-
be closer
my
to the
act-
person.
Well, my actual person is just going to stay within 30 feet of the echo, so I'm not going to move just yet.
The echo moves forward, would not be close enough to attack from there. You will still be within 30 feet of them.
Wait. Why not? The longsword is 10 feet, right?
Longsword does not have 10-foot range. The greatsword has a 5-foot range. The only greatsword y'all have encountered that has an extra reach bonus is Asuka's. It's a special greatsword. Standard
wait, from
greatswords do
there-
not have the extra.
Oh, well, in that case, let's reverse that. The echo is going to stay, kind of 5 feet from where, yeah, and then I will go over here.
Okey-doke. That is
And
your
then-
movement. And I believe it's a
Correct.
bonus action to move your echo. So we'll keep that in mind, but I think you can move
No,
it a bit
I can-
further. Is that
I
it?
can
Or is
move it-
just,
I can move it willingly. It's just a bonus action to teleport or recast.
Yeah, no action required. You can move them up to 30 feet. Okay.
Yeah, so I will just attack twice. With Shattered Memory.
oh, so now he's in range, right?
He is. Unfortunately,
Oh.
you are no longer in range.
Dang it.
That is where the moving
Um,
comes into play.
Second attack.
I think you'd specified you were readying the short sword. Unfortunately, the 2 attacks, as you swing them at him, he managed to dodge underneath the first one, and then push your sword off to the side for the second one, keeping him away from him as you slice into the wood around him.
And then Gambit still gets the advantage or the sneak attack if it's the echo, right?
Correct. It is
So,
considered
in
an
that-
adversary.
In that case, Doug is just going to do like a
Oh, wait.
just kidding, and then switch with his echo.
Thought that would happen.
Oh, wait. So Gambit was holding his action for sneak attack.
Make an attack, yeah.
Okay. So this would trigger his action, right?
I was under the impression the action was to use the short sword. Is that right?
Well, I guess so. Really, he was holding it, waiting for an opportunity to use sneak attack.
Well, yes, but you have to use a weapon to use sneak attack.
Okay. Well, he has his revolver and his.
Fair enough. Make a dexterity check, I would say, to switch your plan on the fly. And if you roll above a 10, and we'll say if you roll above a 12, you're going to be able to shoot your gun instead.
Okay.
I don't know if holding your action technically requires. That is unfortunately not enough.
Just missed it.
But
okay.
You'll be aware, but it's so far still going okay as Doug moves ahead but misses the person. Unfortunately, you were not able to get that attack off. However, it is your turn.
Okay, cool. All right. Gambit will use his revolver to fire.
I love
and I
so
have
much that
advantage.
the two bulkiest and one lightweight have gone against all of the ads, and the two bards are taking on the boss.
Mm-hmm.
I love the drama. Go ahead and make your attack.
I have advantage, right?
No, but if you do hit, you do get sneak attack.
Okay. Yeah.
Question.
Yes.
For the rage to persist.
That does hit. You can add sneak attack and roll damage. What was that?
For the rage to persist, Doug has to have received damage no matter what kind it is, correct?
Yes, but I also believe it continues if you make an attack. You don't necessarily have to hit with the attack. So I think you should be good on keeping it, if that's what your concern is.
Okay.
Yeah, it matters if you have attacked or have been attacked. So you don't necessarily have to hit, so your rage would continue. It also continues as long as you keep taking damage, I believe. But the shot fires through, and this guy's aura flickers immediately, as though the bullet doesn't pierce into him, the force from it sends him back into the wall behind him as he is out of breath, as Gambit runs and jumps onto a cart with these several...
bonus action. Hide in the cart.
As he tries to jump into these wooden cages that seem to be built for small game.
Okay. Can I roll stealth?
Yep. So you do that thicket. You can currently see no enemy, but they did hear a gunshot.
Okay. Well. I think they've got that handled. So, I'm gonna start. Wait, actually, I'm gonna cancel my movement. Okay, how much movement is? Okay, I'm going to turn into a bear. Black bear. Shapeshift.
Wild shape shift into a black bear.
Bear mode. Now I have 40 feet of movement, and I'm gonna start going up here. Whatever is happening in this tower. Does it take all of my 40 feet of movement to go up that ladder?
No, because you have a climb speed.
Epic.
Which I'm gonna say, make the ladder means you can keep it at the normal. Plus I've kind of been running it that the ladder slide use your speed normally. But you'll also be able to climb up the wall of the broken tower pretty easily. All right, that is your movement. Anything else?
Nah, I can't do anything else.
Okie doke.
took my
Right.
action to shift, and I'm not in range to do anything besides
Besides-
kill the unconscious
Yeah,
thug.
and you could eat the thug if you wanted, but you're not really a wild black bear. Now, Garand.
I tried to warn you. You will not touch them.
In the background.
Make the attacks. I presume you're making attacks at least.
Yep.
That hits. Does 12 points of damage. You roll pretty low, unfortunately, as you stab Thor and pierce part of his arm, actually breaking through part of his aura, but he managed to push off, and then against the stiletto, he brings up his own knife and catches it in the air. So, action, bonus action, any movements or anything you'd like to take?
No, at this point, it's kill or be killed, sort of, whatever, however this goes.
John, you are hanging on to the edge of the wall.
I'm gonna jump over.
Yup.
And I'm gonna stabby stab. Twice, because I can do that.
You can stab twice, it's true. The first attack hits. Is there anything you're going to do with it? Occurs to me, I am having you use the regular rapier. I guess you can let me know if and when you would like to use the special fun weapons pack that I have right here as well. But it's up to you. But that does
Wait, what?
the thing that I've that has been giving people like extra necrotic damage and being able to like push people back and hold them at bay. I have been using a homebrewed weapon system in addition to the regular one, so you can use that if you'd like. That is the Fungal Brews Revised Weapons. There's an alternate rapier that allows you to have a parry reaction where you can give yourself half your proficiency bonus on AC against one attack as a reaction. And then Skewering, where if you go over their AC by 5 or land a critical hit, in this case you would... their AC would be reduced by half your proficiency bonus against the next attack against them. Just some little extra things that don't apply that much at the moment. Go ahead and roll your damage if you'd like. Is there anything you're going to add to it? I don't know if the flourishes have to be before you take the... No, it's when you hit a creature you can flourish if you'd like. You don't have to, but you can.
I want to do the mobile flourish.
Oakley dokley.
It lets me expend a bardic inspiration, and I can the damage equals the number I roll on the bardic inspiration die. So the extra damage.
Yeah.
And I can also push them 5 feet away from me, plus number of feet equals the number you roll on the die.
And then you can use your reaction to move, basically, to keep up against them. So, under the Blade Flourish Magnifying Glass, you should be able to add an effect that should add an additional d8 to your roll. And then you can roll damage.
Under the blade.
John jumps over, pulls out the rapier, and strikes toward him.
Okay, so...
Hmm?
And roll the d8 on him as well as
And then you roll the damage.
the damage.
It'll be up at the top where the rapier is.
Yep. That was horrible damage.
Yeah, not great. It also didn't add the DMG 1d8 for some reason. It doesn't look like. Weird. Just go ahead and roll a d8. I'll add the damage on top of it.
Oh, that did a lot more.
Nice, an extra 8 points of damage that I will manually add to him.
And he gets pushed 5 plus 8, 13 feet away.
Alright, so 10 feet up against the wall. As John jumps down, pulls out the rapier, and strikes against him. There is a burst of this magical energy as he is shoved back.
Question.
Yeah.
Does Garand get a reaction?
He does not, because it is forced movement. Forced movements do not apply the
I was hoping
attack
he would get
opportunity.
react.
Unfortunately,
It's
no.
fine. If I did get a reaction, my reaction would have been to step in front of you anyways, because the way the Grand sees it is he'd rather die before this guy lays a finger on any of you. So
Well, I get to move 5 feet in his direction as well. It's still my turn.
Oh, sorry.
I get another attack, thank you.
You do get another attack. Is it just 5 feet up with them, or you can use reaction move up to like half a movement or something? I need to double check.
No, I think it's move up to 5 feet towards him.
No, you can use your reaction to move up to your walking speed to a space within 5 feet of them.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll do that and stab him again.
As John follows from the strike, piercing forward with another rapier attack. Unfortunately, this one misses. As he sees it coming, he shifts off to the side, and the rapier stabs into the wood behind him, piercing several inches deep into the wall. Do you have a bonus action?
I do not.
Alright, that is your turn. The scoundrel is going to... Yeah, he is going to go ahead and make a attack against the Echo. Right, I can't roll into the Echo, I have to roll into the chat. What's your dex bonus?
Me?
No, Doug.
You're muted, Doug.
Are we getting a break soon?
Oh,
Yes.
dex bonus for the saves is +2.
Well,
Or for ability +2.
okay, so that means his effectively Echo's AC is 16, so that one misses. He is going to attack the Echo again because this guy doesn't know how the magic works. And this one does hit as the Echo dissipates as he slashes through it. He's then going to bonus action. Oh, he doesn't even need to disengage. He's just going to move 30 feet and climb up into this other tower. He is hiding. Yes, the fight should be over soon, and then we're going to take a break and probably will continue for another 30 minutes. This Archer. He is going to push back against you as the sword strikes into the wall behind him. He is going to come up with his elbow as he tries to jab you. That is going to hit. As he is going to move forward and elbow jab you as he strikes into your face, shoving you back just a little bit as he hits you. He is then going to pull his long sword upward as an attack. This one misses, as though you pull back, you're able to yank the rapier out of the wall using his own momentum for pulling it up, and with a flourish, pushing his own longsword out of the way. He is then going to make his dagger attack. As he pulls it up toward you, slicing toward your arm. He's going to deal 8 points of damage as your aura flickers and then, I believe, would shatter given how low you are. Yeah, you're low enough that I'll say narratively it shatters as he cuts along toward you. You take one more step back as your protective aura dissipates. He does not manage to really knock you unconscious, but you are looking low. That is his turn. Doug.
So how tall is that tower?
It goes about 10 feet up to get to the floor of the tower.
So and the post around the tower, or how tall?
Let's find out
would
if it's
Doug be...
posts or if it's a solid wall. Same roll as before. It was a 59. It is unfortunately a solid wall. It appears they built things in a similar manner.
So it's a tower, but they can't... Or I guess there are windows.
There might be windows or stuff near the top, even though on the map it doesn't show them.
Because it would be kind of anticlimactic for them to be so short, but couldn't see over all. Anyway, you said it's 10 feet.
The floor inside the room is 10 feet off the ground.
In that case, Doug is going to move 30 feet in this direction. And then he is going to use a bonus action to cast his echo or manifest his echo on top of the tower.
Bonk.
And he is going to attack.
The tower is not open at the top. It does have a roof
Oh,
on
yeah.
it. So I think Melly keep putting him on the roof.
Well, in that case, I think Doug would be smart enough to at least put it along the stairway.
Yeah, you could set it
Wait.
up on the stairway.
Doug does not look through his echo at the moment, correct?
No, I don't believe so.
And
you can place him there and then shift. But I think it might take a bonus action to place him, so I don't know if you could do both at the same time.
Right. Yeah, so I can't do both. In that case, instead of running 30 feet in that general direction, he knows that there are steps. Where was Doug? He was here. In that case, he's going to come up here, which would be, I think, 10, 15, 20 feet from where he was, right? Because he was here. Well, Doug was not right there. Doug was, like, right here.
I mean, I thought he was somewhere around here.
But anyway, he's going to get as close to...
Either way, you can go there if you'd like.
Yeah. Well, maybe closer to the tower, like
sure.
Here-ish. And then he can actually see the steps leading up to the tower.
True.
And then cast his echo in that direction.
Bonk.
And even though he can't really see... Oh, that's just a ladder, isn't it?
Yep.
Oh, well, in that case, the echo is just going to, I guess, hover, levitate to the very top and just kind of hover in midair.
In the doorway.
Yeah.
All right. Gambit.
Okay. So this dude has hidden himself.
He has.
And he's climbed a lot.
He has climbed, yes.
Dang it. Gambit is not very good at climbing. He's not a climbing rogue. Let's see.
You could fly.
Is that an action or a bonus
I
action?
believe it's an action to spread your wings.
I'll spread
Yeah.
my wings and I'll learn how to fly.
Yeah, Gambit. Well, hasn't Gambit already used it? Did Gambit use it?
I don't think you used it today.
Okay.
I know you thought about it against the displacers, but I don't think you did.
Okay, bonus action. Not bonus action. Action. Fly. It'll be useful.
And then you're going to...
And there's a roof on this building, right?
There is.
Okay. He's just gonna fly up here.
Up to the edge of the corner. All right. Thicket Black Bear.
Okay, I will approach the tower. Does it look like they're like on the lower floor or like
They
on the
are
top?
inside of it.
Okay. I will enter the tower.
It would take probably your whole 40 feet to get over there, climb up, and then get down into the room itself.
I still have to climb up?
Well, yeah. The wall's not broken. It's a full wall right there. You have to climb up into the doorway and then into the space.
Oh.
Your movement would get you inside, where you see both of them not doing great, but neither is Archer.
Okay. I'll just go at Archer.
That's a bear. Garand. There's a bear now. You can assume it's Thicket. Or you could assume it's not Thicket and stab it.
I don't know. It came close and it roared and it did not roar at me and it did not bite me. So that's
It's
good enough. And I
true.
guess we'll find out here in just a moment.
It is pretty regular thing for Thicket to do.
It is in biting range of you.
Not anymore. Thicket, do you take an opportunity attack?
I do not.
You can assume it's Thicket.
All right. Well, being out of Psychic Blades, then the most reasonable thing then becomes the Eldritch Blast.
That's fair. Go ahead and blast. Eldritch Blast. That unfortunately misses this first one as it kind of sees what you're coming up, how you normally do it. He actually slashes out toward you with the long sword, pushing your trident away as the bolts strike into the wall behind. Unfortunately missing.
Okay, well, you had your chance to take me out. Now you're just gonna bleed everywhere. Try not to get it on any of our coins. And he's done.
Oh boy. All right.
Oh, we're making threats now. Wonderful.
There's a scary bear behind you.
There's the bear.
Well, I'm assuming a normal bear didn't run into a battle, so
That is a
I
fair
don't
decision
worry
to
too
make.
much about him. Let's see. Ooh. Oop-a-doop-a-doo. Da-da-da-da. That might work. So let's do.
Yeah.
I don't have any third level spells. Sorry, I'm
Fine.
thinking out loud here. Let's do a thunder wave. In Archer's general direction.
Another sound-based AoE, alright.
I like my sound-based AoEs.
What level?
It is first level.
No, I mean, do you want to cast it at a higher level?
Oh, do I want to upcast it? Yeah, let's upcast it to second level. I've got one more second level spot. It's a 15-foot square. Or 15-foot cube.
I assume that, or do you want to
Yep.
do it over here?
It doesn't matter as long as it doesn't hit ground.
Alright, fair enough. Go ahead and make him make the save. And I need to see how much damage it does. And what the tensile strength of wood is again. That is a fail. You will deal full damage.
Booyah. Alright. It is 3d8 thunder.
Archer is flung through the wall.
He takes 15 points
It
of
does
damage
push him 10
as he
feet away.
is broken through part of the wall. As the wall begins to break, and the structural integrity of this tower is questionable at best.
Alright.
As it begins to shift around you, and you hear the woods kind of straining and snapping above you.
I am going to take my bonus action and drink a potion of healing.
Understandable.
I petition that this episode be called OSHA violations.
All right. I will accept your petition. You heal 8 points
Yay.
of health. I believe that
8
is
points.
your turn. Well, you can move if you'd like.
Do you move?
I'm no longer on death's door, and I'm going to move over here.
Your aura
where
is
he can't
partially
see me.
restored as you move further into the breaking building. The scoundrel is going to throw a chair at the Echo.
Improvised weapon?
We're
Yeah.
in the improvised weapon territory now.
He has proficiency with improvised weapons, so he's going to throw the chair. The chair hits as the Echo dissipates, as a chair flies out the window and through the Echo. And then he's going to move over to where he can kind of see Gambit. Gambit, you're going to have cover, but he's going to try and hit you with a small brazier, like a small little fire holder. He's going to try and throw it out toward you. You will have cover, so you'll have a bonus 2 to your AC. He misses as it strikes against the wood and then falls down the ladder. And he's going to move further into the building. That is his turn. That one's unconscious. It is Archer. As Archer is going to put his hand on the wall as he pulls himself back in. As the wood actually breaks underneath his hand as he pulls one of the beams and like pushes it out behind him. No more of this. He is going to turn and make his attacks against Garon. That is a hit. First strike, you take 10 points of damage as he swings the sword toward you, striking into you as your aura begins to break. Another long sword attack. That is a hit.
I love that he just ignored the bear.
Yeah. He can kill a bear. These guys are dangerous.
The bear better do a heck of a lot of damage.
Garon falls unconscious as this guy brings up and stabs his sword into you as you feel it enter your abdomen. As you begin to lose consciousness, he pulls it back out and you slide down the wall.
Oh boy.
He is going to make a single... I don't know, what's the best anger check here? He looks toward you, John, pulls out the dagger, and is going to try to stab Garand. It does
He has
hit.
advantage.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter. He does hit. You fail 2 death saving throws.
Yep.
Oh, wonderful.
You can mark those on your sheet under the main page. They're death saves. You can mark 2 of them.
Yeah, John better hope that Garon dies, otherwise he's going to get an earful from Garon for probably the next, 3 months in game time.
Doug, what would you like to do?
Trying to save you?
I mean, that could be his argument, but...
Yeah. Doug, what would you like to do?
Um,
More
So-
if you need to go grab something. Take the moment for that if you'd like. Because we're probably not going to get a break
Can-
till the end of this fight and maybe the session.
It was
Can
almost my
Doug-
turn.
It's true. Wait till after your turn then. Sorry. What was that, Doug?
So, assuming that these steps right beside the tower are like maybe 2 feet at best, can he just like step onto the platform?
I'd say he's athletic enough. He probably could, yeah.
So that's
Hop up onto
15.
it.
15. So that's another 15. So I guess that's his 30. He's just going to be standing at the ladder.
Okay.
But he is going to manifest his echo again. This time he is going to cast it at the entrance, but then have his echo walk, 5 feet in.
All intimidating like.
Actually, since this is a bonus action, yeah, I guess 5 feet in and then just hold his actual action. To well, I don't know. His echo can't really sense movement, can it?
No. His echo doesn't have any real vision.
Yeah, so I guess that's it.
Gambit.
Is Doug blocking my entrance?
You can fly. He is at the base of the ladder. You can just fly over him. Technically, it would be like half movement anyway if you were on the same level, but you're above him. So you fly in past.
Okay. Can I switch to my scimitar?
You can. You're holding both, but which one you're ready can make a difference. You pull out scimitar, make
Okay.
the attack.
And no sneak attack.
No sneak attack. Just regular damage.
Yay! It hits.
It does hit.
It does hit. Oof.
Deals 8 points of damage as you slash into him. His aura breaks. He doesn't
Does
seem
it
to be
not
doing
do?
well. What was that?
Oh, never mind. I see. It did the extra damage.
Right. Thicket. What would you
Okay.
like to do?
Gonna charge at Archer. That's not an attack. It's just semantics. Can I use my bite and or claws attack to like throw him to the other side of me?
You could make a shove attack to push him away from Garand.
Okay.
That would be an athletics check versus his acrobatic or athletics. So if your bear doesn't have proficiency in athletics, and it probably doesn't, it would just be a straight strength check.
Do not, so strength check. Ooh.
The first attempt, he does not move. As you try and like strike against him, he like catches the bear arm with his own and pushes you back. You can try again if you'd like. You have the 2 attacks.
Do I still get to use my bite and claws, or is this instead of it?
This was instead of.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna try my claw attack just to try and get him to start attacking me.
Fair.
So it's how do I? Okay.
That misses as you strike against him. He managed to pull up his leg, and as you try to hit him with the claws, he actually kicks your arm out of the way. Seemingly less concerned with you than he was with Garand.
When you make a death save, is it like plus anything, or is that the button that's down there? Is that what it is?
Button that's down there. Just
All right. Do I roll on me, or do I just roll in the box on the side?
You just click the button, it'll roll it. If you can drag
I
it.
wish you could donate your hero points to
That
other
is a
people sometime.
success. For the record,
Oh,
hero points don't
yeah.
work on death saves anyway.
Oh.
I mean, it's not gonna matter. He's gonna go pretty soon anyway. So
I was worried because if you failed that was.
Don't worry, Thicket has 1 spell slot left.
John, what would you like to do?
But does he kill me before you can use it?
I have Revivify.
That's a fair point. John, what would you like to do? I mean, Revivify is not guaranteed to work, technically.
I was gonna say, I think I have something to revive him too.
Do you?
Or at least stabilize him. Yeah, I have healing kits.
You could go up to him and use a healing kit. If you wanted that to be your action. Because if he dies, healing kits do no good. If he's unstable, if he's dying like this, healing kits can save him.
But I am also near death, and I don't want to get hit necessarily either.
And it is going to be Archer's turn next.
Yeah, I know.
Well, technically the scoundrel, but then Archer.
That's what I want to... We're going to Vicious Mockery him again. See if we can get him to have disadvantage on his attacks.
Okay.
Because that'll be useful if he tries to attack again.
He is looking very hurt. His own aura has broken. How much
well,
damage
then it might
you
kill
need?
him too. It could do
It
2d4 damage.
Worth noting, he does have 3 attacks. I'm throwing you a bone. Your attacks do significantly more damage than Vicious Mockery does. So depending on which way you think would be more effective, do as you'd like.
I am... Okay. Then this is what we're gonna do.
Don't worry about hitting me.
You also have spells. That's true.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna do a slashing flourish with my rapier. Which I have to go up to him, but yeah.
That is a miss.
Miss.
Fortunately, it is when you hit, so you don't expend the flourish, but you do miss that first attack. You have another one.
Let's do that again.
That
Hey,
does
that one hit. All right, so we're gonna do the slashing flourish, which lets me roll a d8.
You get to add the damage.
There's the d8, and then
Put that
the
number into your modifier, and then
rapier
roll the
damage. Oh yeah.
As you step forward, there is a seemingly flash-like movement thicket as you see as Archer does pull up his sword, swap into the back grip, and begins to plunge it down toward Garand. As he looks down, unable to even make any more noise than that, as pierced through his neck, severing his airway, its sword falls to the ground as John slides the rapier back out of him as he falls to his knees, and then just against the wall next to Garand, in an oddly, despite the size difference, an oddly similar fashion.
No.
Archer is dead. He does not
Yay.
get saving throws. Scoundrel is going to attack Gambit.
Evasion.
Well, he missed anyway with the first attack. It's
I
also
mean,
not
uncanny
evasion.
dodge.
I'm proud of you.
I love when you do
I
that.
corrected
I love it. I
myself,
love when you
it's
do that.
Evasion.
Evasion.
Uncanny dodge. But yeah, there you go. He does hit with the
If he
second
hits me, I
one.
take half damage. If he misses, yeah.
You take 4 points of damage, 9 reduced to 4, as he does cut into you and is backed into a corner. Doug, is there anything you'd like to do?
Little baby.
Yeah. Being that Doug's rage is now gone.
It's true, it's been a full turn since he's had anyone to attack or attack him.
He's kind of feeling a little fatigued. He's just going to take his time going up the ladder. Of course, I guess his echo is just kind of, just amongst him. He, at this point, is just going to surround the... Actually, he himself is going to stand in the doorway, and he's going to have his echo just kind of move through the furniture onto the, beside the scoundrel and just attack.
Make the attack. Roll damage.
Does that exceed?
It does. You can add slashing.
Slicing?
That, yes. The slashing damage bonus, then yes. That is called slicing, just so it can mess with me. As the echo moves through with a single swing of its kind of orangish gold blade that cuts in through this person's side, as they, like all the others, fall to the ground.
And then, are there windows from
There
this?
are a few, yeah.
Are any of them in the place from the east, like facing back out of direction which we would run?
the right.
Yeah.
You don't see anyone now.
In that case, I think Doug is just going to go back down the ladder.
You'll allow me. Thicket. What do you do?
Thicket, instantly, no bear mode. That doesn't take an action, right?
It does not. I believe it is bonus action, but it is not a full action.
Okay, yeah, you revert to your normal form, bonus action. Okay,
As the first stage would get smaller.
bonus action. No more bear.
Bonus action, get the no bear prize.
Okay. Thicket, rushes over to Garan. And we see this, like, glowing orb. It's like whitish blue glowing orb. Stem, or start to, like, form
Is
in
not
the
dead.
palm of his hands. I know.
Okay.
Let me do my narrative
Let's
thing.
continue. It's whitish.
Thicket holds his paws, like, cupped over Goran's chest, and we see this glowing orb start to form as Thicket uses Lunar Blessing and heals himself, Goran, and John.
Oh yeah.
Go. How many HD would you like to spend?
All 3.
Fair enough. Make Lunar Blessings number correct for it.
I'm gonna target Goran, myself, John. Heal.
He like puts his hand on Thicket's shoulder. I guess back because Thicket's kind of small. Kind of nods, and then looks up with a little bit of an angry glare towards John. We're going to discuss tactics, John. You need to learn a lesson or two. Good job. I'm gonna go take a nap. And he just passes out.
Leaning against the broken wooden wall.
Yeah, I mean, somebody can come carry him. I mean, Doug's strong enough to do it, but
It's true.
he's. I mean, he almost died. I can't imagine he.
But with the elements of combat passing, I assume Doug and Gambit would sweep the camp, find no one else. And if y'all like, we can take a quick 5-10 minute break and then do another 15 minutes if y'all want to look at, like, if y'all want to search the camp or anything, before we call it for the night.
Sounds good.
Yep.
I just imagined that like Gibbet and Doug like do their thing and then they come back and they're like Gibbet's like, well that was easy, and then looks at Garan, it's like, oh wait a second.
Garan having nearly actually died. You were a 50-50 chance.
I know, that was so scary, dude. I was stressing.
Woo!
Yeah, we just see John like taking Gambit like under the arm, but then Thicket also trying to help, but it's just like holding his like leg.
Where's my chair in my room? I need to sit down. I'm also attached to y'all's characters.
That was awesome.
You're like, don't make me do this. I don't want to do this.
No, that was awesome. That
Every-
was so good. Like, I had plans for like, yeah, I won't spoil it because if we ever get in this situation again, but yeah, I had a whole bunch of ideas for like how this all was gonna go, like through death scenes and all that. Yeah.
Woo!
No, that's awesome.
Because, you know, I would have given you last words. And then, you know, they might not have been your last words, but I do run the slightly harder Revivify and Resurrection rules So there's a chance it wouldn't work, and then you'd have to find someone who can and enough diamonds to raise dead within 10 days.
Yeah.
You would have been... I mean, that would have been the next arc for the next in-game week, is save him.
Especially by Friday.
Oh yeah, especially if you want to get all the Friday stuff, because he is
I know,
committed. He
like-
does have a commitment on Friday.
I was thinking about that. Like, sometimes when they do Revivify, they'll be like, what do you say to try to get your friend back? I think you've had us do this before or something. I don't know. And
that's more for Raised Dead. Typically, Revivify, only the person casting Revivify gets to do that, but yeah.
But if I had done it, mine would have been, come on, you have stuff to do Friday.
You have a job, you've been hired, you have to come back.
You'd have to do your job because I want you to do your job, but also you have to do your job because I need you to do your job to do my job.
You know you're attached to characters when you're genuinely scared that they're about to just... That's it. Every step of the
awesome.
way it was... He's gonna make a roll to see if he goes after Gervond or John. He's gonna make a roll here. And he was committed. The next round, he was going to stab you.
He really wanted to kill somebody.
Yep. Especially after you said his mom didn't love him. That was kind of a sore spot. He was like, I'm gonna hurt you personally.
All right, well, quick break, right?
Mhm.
Get up, stretch, take a breather. Make sure that your pulse didn't go through the roof. Anybody needs to, go run around the block a couple times because they got too much energy.
I mean, I might have to do that tonight.
I'm gonna check my heart rate.
Yeah, I'm like, if I was.
Yeah,
if
no,
I
you
wore
have
a
heart
watch-
issues.
It's 130.
Dang!
Oh, no way.
To be fair, that's only 10 higher than normal.
All right, baby.
Yeah. I think my heart rate would be even higher, but I'm currently doing something very calming. So
You're
it's
just really knitting while Garon is at his domain.
no. I'm doing one of those like paint by numbers, but it's like with the rhinestones or something like that.
Yeah.
Like it's called diamond art. Yeah, so that's what I'm doing. So I'm like, I'm like doing it, but then Garon was dying, and I was like doing it while stressing. Ugh, crazy. Alright, but I do need to stretch my legs. They're about to fall asleep.
I love how y'all are all standing up because y'all all sit down for this, and I have to sit down because my legs were shaking a little bit. I stand up at my desk.
Oh, well, I was making dinner since I had fallen asleep and didn't hear my second alarm, if it did go off.
Did you set an alarm on your phone?
I did twice.
Do you have an iPhone?
Yep.
So fun fact about iPhone alarms, they only ring for 15 minutes and then they go silent.
That's annoying.
I did
Yep.
know, like, I'm a pretty light sleeper, so I would have heard my alarm. And it went off the first time, and I thought I reset it, but maybe in my, I guess, waking up and not fully alert, did not hit the on button and thought I did.
That was fantastic.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
I'm now gonna eat a whole can of Mandarin oranges.
Respect it.
I mean, we all cope in different ways.
I chose an interesting day to get back on my diet, which has intermittent fasting, so I don't eat after 8. Chose an interesting day for that one.
I take a stimulant, so I have no choice but to intermittent fast. And
I'm on Adderall now, and so I do it accidentally.
yep, because
Fair.
it's a appetite suppressor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Isn't Adderall? Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
on a
Adderall
different
is.
one, but
didn't know that, and then I got on it,
yeah.
and I was like, I forget to eat all the time now.
Pro tip:
Jocelyn, are you on Adderall?
I'm on Vyvanse.
Vyvanse, yeah. I'm.
Mhm.
So, thing about Vyvanse, you can't really have vitamin C with it, because it,
What?
it reduces the effects of Vyvanse.
Well, is that at the same time or in general?
So-
'Cause I thought it was at the same time.
That's wild.
What do you mean?
Like, you can't take vitamin C in a near period to when you take the Vyvanse.
Just like, it reduces the effects of it. So, like, if you have
Mm.
orange juice for breakfast after you've taken
That's crazy.
Weird.
Vyvanse, it won't
Well-
work as well. So maybe don't
Rip
eat
to the
mandarin
center.
oranges in the morning.
Yeah, it's just
Okay,
during
well,
the similar
pro-
period. Not like all day, right? That it would
Yeah.
lower the effect.
Well, it
Yeah.
doesn't really matter much right now because it's like nighttime and you're not like working on school or something.
That's fair.
Right. But pro tip: in the morning, just as soon as you take your medicine, like eat a whole lot of protein.
Yeah.
And then so that way throughout the day, it's because it's a lot easier to eat carbs when your appetite is suppressed than it is to eat protein. So you want to try to get a good amount of protein in before the appetite suppressant kicks in, so that your blood sugar can maintain a more steady, and then like as you need to, you can eat carbs.
So have some eggs in the morning.
Yeah.
That is
Eggs,
a pretty
bacon,
good deal in general to do that, actually. But let's...
eggs, bacon.
Brain meds don't work as well without brain food.
Right. So do eat carbs. What I like to do is I'll get the what I did when I was in school. I would get the protein granola and eat it with yogurt. So we're getting like a good mix of carbs and protein.
Just have chicken nuggets.
Chicken nuggets are good too.
What I do is I put the vanilla protein in with the like frozen berries for a
Oh,
shake.
that's good too.
I make well, not all the time, but like a no sugar lemonade, and then do that with yogurt and cottage cheese and ice to make a diet protein frosted lemonade. Like Chick-fil-A, it's great.
Also, watch your like caffeine consumption. Because sometimes you can use like caffeine with it to like help extend the effects of it. But know that if you have caffeine and you take your stimulant, you're stacking.
And
Yeah.
for legal reasons,
Yeah, I know.
none of
I'm
us are
laser focused.
doctors,
I have coffee in the morning.
YouTube. None of us. We are not giving medical
Yeah.
advice, YouTube. We are not doctors. We claim no
We're just sharing
responsibility for
personal
what you
experience.
do. But on that fun note, let's get back to the game for another 10-15 minutes, and then we will properly end the night. We come back into it. I'm gonna go ahead and award experience for that fight. Bonk. Everyone gets 1,060.
Oh yeah.
Yippee.
The quiet begins.
John's gonna go curl up in a ball in a corner.
Thicket runs over to the thug with a childish demeanor, like Lucy at the end of Narnia, and gives him a good berry.
I'm gonna remove the... You don't have to ask me for movement anymore. Which I believe.
Okay.
Press... yeah. Yeah.
Hi. You should get a new job.
You know, I think I will. That sounds like a wonderful idea.
I think he gives him a pat on the shoulder.
So can I just go?
Do you pinky promise to get a new job that won't hurt people?
He holds up his pinky.
Okay. Thicket attempts to do a pinky promise with his paws.
It's not the most effective, but it's an attempt. You get the spirit of the pinky. And he is going to
Does it seem like he's telling the truth?
make an insight check. I mean, he's in pain. You just went through a very exciting battle. It's hard to tell.
Okay.
But he does, in pain, get up. And he actually first, like, goes down. No. Oh, he's... Let me roll an intelligence check for him. He realizes he should take this opportunity while he has it and not spend more time here for y'all to change your minds. He is going to, in pain, just leave. As, you know, presumably Gambit and Doug heading back over, you would see they can watch this younger looking guy head out.
Wasn't that the guy that was just on the ground?
Yep.
Yes.
Sorry.
He promised he'd get a new job.
So I take it things are done? Like, where's
Yeah.
everyone else?
Garan is asleep inside the tower. I'm not strong enough to help him out.
Asleep? Like,
Yeah, he got hurt a lot. Okay, you come help.
yeah, so Doug just walks through, or I guess Doug doesn't know where to go, so he's just like, lead the way.
You see Garand leaned up against the wall, unconscious. Not 2 feet from him, leaned up against the wall, dead, is Archer. I think Garand is eating candy.
Oh no, I'm playing with a Velcro thing. Sorry.
No, it sounded like a wrapper opening, and I was like, darn, Garand's over here chilling. Yeah, but Doug, you would find him unconscious. John nearby, sitting down as well. Also not looking great.
John's just kind of curled up in a ball, rocking back and forth.
I love that John willingly stayed in the collapsed structure.
Which, for the record, y'all are hearing, as the wind moves, creaks and sounds of bits of wood snapping here and there. It's unclear how long this side of the structure will remain. There is a gaping hole in the eastern side.
Okay, absolutely understand. If Garan knew what was going on for real, he would have already been gone. But
Alright, so what are Doug and Thicket doing?
Please help get Garan out of here.
or he'll be buried and you have to save him again.
Thicket, make a perception check.
Oh my gosh!
Continue. So what is Doug doing?
Doug was instructed to help carry Garon, so
All right, are you carrying him through the gaping hole and around the wall, or like trying to throw him up over the inside of the tower wall?
I think Doug taking in the new sights of one dead body doesn't identify who that is. Sees Garon in the corner. He's probably going to take the. Well, I guess that would depend on Gambit if Gambit's still in the same place.
I don't know, what's Gambit doing?
Gambit probably immediately after the death of the scoundrel. He's probably going to loot the body and then examine the room.
What looks like the safest route out of here?
Yeah, so I was about to say if Gambit was still in the fort, then Doug was going to move Garon to the inside of the fort rather than going out the hole.
So you would like bring him like outside and around and back in, because it is a climb up 10 feet of a wall and then drop back down 10 feet to get to where he is, if you go by where the ladder is.
Oh, so that's how Doug got in, was through the hole?
Probably. Well, you either would have climbed up or go through the hole that's in the eastern side. But yes, to make it simple, yes, you'd be able to carry him out.
But yeah, he would just walk around.
Thicket, are you leaving John there?
I'd be like, come on, John! Poke.
He was so big.
Poke.
He almost killed Garand.
Poke.
You may just have to drag me.
Thicket is not very strong, so Thicket just like kind of digs his heels into the floor and just kind of
eventually Doug or Thicket like pulling John along would slowly get y'all two out here, kind of in shock. One in shock, one like pretty much just unconscious. Gambit, are you looking just across the whole camp?
He's gonna start in the room, and then I guess he'll go room by room, and then just kind of poke around in any like tents, wagons, crates.
Okay, so you would find some like trade goods, pelts. You'd find some food. You would find a few other things. Make an investigation check.
I like how Gambit is not phased by injured teammates.
You would, as you walk around, you would see Garand unconscious and John kind of in shock.
I imagine Gambit coming around with all this stuff in his arms, and he's like, "Hey, what happened?"
Does Garand look more hurt than Gambit?
Gambit is not that hurt.
Gambit used his aura to tank most of it. Garand was actually stabbed through the abdomen.
Okay, well.
Oh wait, Gambit is a lot lower than I thought. Whoopsies.
Percentage, I think they're actually around the same.
He's fine.
To cast Healing Word at Garand at level 4.
Yeah, Garand needs it more. Gambit will
for anyone
be
with
fine.
a passive
has
perception, if anyone has a passive perception of 13 or higher, you would see the scoundrel kind of stand up, and if no one stops him, he is just going to limp his way.
Get a new job!
Yeah. Whatever you say! As he's just trying to get out.
How do I upcast a spell?
Wait, I was supposed to have a hero point with that.
Okay.
Oh well.
So there are two ways to upcast a spell. One is easier if you have a mouse. The other, if you don't have a mouse, which I don't think you do.
I can plug it in real quick.
The other option is just under the effect, so like Healing Word, you press the magnifying glass. Press the magnifying glass next to the 1d4 plus 5. It'll show a dice plus a yada yada. Just drag 3 more d4s into that spot, or I can do
into the heal box. What?
Yeah, so in the heal, there's the heal box, and there's a magnifying glass to the right of it. The spell / ability heal that comes up, you drag 3 more d4s into the dice box. There.
2 and 3.
Cool. And then you can roll it on. It has automatically changed. For if you ever need to change it back, you can right-click, clear dice, and then add more. Rond is beginning to feel much better. I don't know if he chooses to wake up, but he is feeling better.
I feel like it would look like when a kid is sleeping and having a good dream and they smile.
As the remaining scarring, as the Lunar Blessing had sealed over the wound for the most part, as you cast this healing word, the remaining scarring heals over. There's still a cut in his shirt, but the remaining damage has, for the most part,
would also like to Pearl of Power, get back a 3rd level spell slot.
Go ahead. Yeah, but you're having a hard time finding much more of interest. You find some arrows.
This is supposed to be a bandit fortress. You would think that they would have stuff lying around. However,
Doug is going.
How do I reset healing word?
You right-click, and then it should be a thing that says clear dice. You would clear it, and then you can add another d4 back.
Doug is going to do what Doug has always done and go behind Gambit.
Make an
Do better.
investigation check.
Okay, I'm gonna healing word Gambit at 3rd level.
Thank you.
It's not much better. How long are y'all willing to look?
1.
I mean, I would say pretty substantially, given
Yeah.
that is resting.
It would take
and
most
we're
of
all-
the hour. Y'all would find alchemical tools in the room off to the right, some food and stuff, some broken weapons, bits and bobs. The things of value would eventually be found by Doug. As you're looking around, you end up glancing back in the tower, which seems to have stabilized. Doesn't look great. Given enough wind, it's probably going down, but it's stabilized for the most part. You find a box that was tucked off to the side in it, and bringing it down, presumably bringing it down to where the others are, would pop it open to find a few things. For one, a bunch of coins. There
By
are,
a bunch, you mean enough to get that armor?
there are 68 platinum pieces, 1,418 gold pieces,
Wow.
2,349 silver pieces, and 725 copper pieces. I'm throwing this stuff into the party inventory. It should automatically add the gold pieces stuff, which, if y'all are planning to separate to each person, is perfectly viable. There are also some other items. You would find in the alchemist stuff and on him are some various supplies. So some alchemist supplies, if someone would like those. You don't have to take them. You would find 3 potions of healing and 2 vials of acid. Over the course of the entire area, you would find 60 arrows, a bone statuette that is a statuette made of bone that is of an imposing male figure. You'd have to take a closer look to see if you can figure out anything else. You would find 3 sets of embroidered vestments that look to be kind of like priestly garb, but look fairly valuable. You would find a potion that you don't recognize in the alchemist stuff. You would find a silver mirror. And Doug, you would find at the bottom of the box, underneath the other pieces of gold, there is a smaller box that, upon opening it, has a fairly fine, fancy, lavish-looking scroll written on quality vellum with precise and neat calligraphy that you can't quite understand. Y'all can decide which things go to whom, or what you'd like to leave here.
Well, I would assume that we could all load it up on the cart and take it back.
I'm just saying, to get them out of the party sheet, if anyone wants to particularly lay claim to things.
Oh.
Is anyone claiming the acid vials? The arrows.
Doug will take the arrows if no one else wants them.
Right. The bone statuette. And if
I'm
y'all
mostly
like
wanting to leave this stuff until Garon wakes up and can identify.
If y'all wanted to wait the hour as the sun does begin to go down. I don't know how long Garon intends to sleep, but y'all could take a short rest.
I mean, we have tents. Do we want to just take a long rest since it seems like no one's coming in this direction?
More than tents, you have buildings. Not your beds in them, but you do have buildings.
Get stuff into the building.
Yeah, you have enough room in some of these buildings to put up a tent.
But yeah,
I'm down for getting rest here. Beats trying to go back to the city where we know there are displacer beasts in these woods. So
There is barking off in the distance.
I
yeah,
think
Doug,
it's just safe for me.
Doug
Yeah, I
is
think
going.
we should long rest here.
Yeah.
So
Jackie-
Doug will.
It's like
Jackie will get into the camp. She will eventually find her way inside and will curl up, like, on Garant.
Oh,
Wherever you choose to set.
Doug is what?
Jackie is curled up on Garant.
No. Not Jackie Doug.
Oh,
Are you trying to say something?
I was saying Doug was just going to take the walk and retrieve Jackie and the wagon.
The wagon is kind of stuck without something to pull it. And by
Oh,
something,
well.
I mean thicket.
Yep.
well, assuming everybody
should
starts
definitely-
a short or long rest, Gron will.
Yeah, but we
Wake up.
should definitely decide on watches. Sorry. Go ahead.
I'm just saying, if it does come up that a short rest or long rest begins to be taken, then Gron will wake up.
It seems y'all are taking a long rest. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Nope, that's fine by me.
Nope.
Alright.
Fine with me. It's
Are y'all going just the 8 hours to get up at 3 a.m. the next day, or are y'all going to wait a little bit longer than the 8 hours?
Doug is going to short rest first and just tell everyone, like, I can do first watch, but I need an hour of rest.
Alright, we might as well take
Okay,
a
but
minute
we'll-
to redo the watch order, given that y'all don't have Maverick. So currently, you have John, Doug, Thicket, Gambit, Garand. It's currently set to first watch being John and Doug, second being Thicket and Gambit, third being Garand, and no one on fourth. Who would like to swap where?
Gambit will take first watch.
Gambit
I
would
mean,
also
I-
like theirs. Okay.
I can jump on fourth watch.
Wait,
But we also will probably stay here more than 8 hours because I imagine we wouldn't want to leave until it's light outside.
Yeah,
Although-
but it's just
But
making sure that you always
8
have
hours
someone
is
awake.
for us sleeping.
Yeah, for the sleeping part. You always make sure someone's awake.
do we need to
But-
do the since Gambit has that dagger that warns us of danger?
That's true.
Valid question.
Well, someone would need to be awake to hold it. Does it wake us up?
Let's find
Does
out.
it specify
Giant group
see.
warning.
inventory?
You have advantage on initiative rolls. Oh, we need to remember that. In addition, you and any of your companions within 30 feet of you can't be surprised, except when incapacitated by something other than non-magical sleep. This weapon magically awakens you and your companions within range if any of you are sleeping naturally when combat begins. So you will naturally wake up if combat begins in the area.
I think we should still have someone awake, so maybe not 2 people watches, but at least 1 people watches. If that makes sense. Because we still don't want to be asleep when... Yeah, the dagger will help, but we still don't want to be caught off guard.
Thicket will take watch with John.
Okay, so currently you have Doug and Gambit on first watch, no one on second, Garand on third, and Thicket and John on fourth.
Well, okay.
I think Doug will let Gambit do first watch by himself while he takes the short rest, just in case it's needed. And then we'll hop into whatever line that Thicket and John don't want to take.
So if I have it right, it's Gambit on first, Doug on second, Garand on third, and Thicket and John on fourth.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
Who's on
I
fifth?
will have Jackie with me also.
That's true. I don't
We
know if
can
her
have-
perception's higher than yours or not.
We can have
I'm-
the official Thicket John interrogation.
In the first part, are you planning to try and identify things?
So, was it that everybody took a short rest first to decide what to do, and then that was when this all talking kind of happened?
It's
Is
up
that
to
kind
you.
of the
Yeah.
idea? So, Micah, can you give us all a short rest? Because that
Yeah, I
means
can
I'll get
short
2
rest.
spell slots back.
I don't get spell slots back, do I? Because natural recovery
already
only
used it,
works
yeah.
once.
It only works once per day. You have been short rested.
All right, and then you guys can spend hit die if you want, and I will Song of Rest afterward because I will wake up like as part of that short rest.
For those of you
And
that
I will
have
start
hit dice
seeing-
left, yeah.
So,
If anyone would like to hit dice. It's worth noting that because I want to encourage y'all to use your semblances, I do have... You'll get full hit dice back on long rest, so... If you want to use them.
I think I will just use my second wind, because why not?
Sure.
anybody who
Use a
did
hit
you,
die.
anybody who spent at least 1 hit die will heal 3 more.
Wait, I will also spend one of those.
When Grand is conscious again, because effectively I was going to wake him up after either a short rest or a long rest, whichever was taken.
Okay.
So after the short rest, he'll wake up and then he'll start playing. And if we haven't gone around the camp, we need to do that. If we haven't secured the prisoners, we should do that. If we haven't eaten, we should do that, and then we can discuss whatever else we need to discuss. Great work,
Good.
everyone. John, thank you. And Thicket, of course, thank you. John, we will have much to discuss, though. Your plan of tactics and strategy is not what I would prefer. So,
I haven't really worked with the team all that much in my life, so I mean, not one where we didn't, rigorously practice day in, day out.
all right. Well, I'll do my best to not hold it against you, but typically speaking, when you see a relatively flimsy structure, blowing it up is not the best idea. In most cases, particularly when an ally is inside it.
My intention wasn't exactly to blow it up.
All right. Well,
Insight check.
I don't know, I mean... John, if you would like to make a deception check, or you can just decide that Thicket's roll is high enough if it's higher than 10. Assuming this
maybe
is
it's
serious.
My legitimate intention was not to blow it up.
well, then, it's
then yes,
persuasion. He's
Thicket,
trying
you'd
to
be able
persuade
to
us that
tell.
he wasn't.
Yes, he did not intend that to happen.
Cool.
Do we have the prisoners secure?
They left.
There are no prisoners. We let them all go.
They promised they'd get a new job.
Well, you
Yeah,
didn't-
we scared them straight.
Not even one prisoner. You don't have one prisoner to turn back in to say, "We got the bandits. This was one of them. He did not fight us, or we subdued him, or he surrendered, or whatever." To for them to question or what have you. None.
Do we
All
need
right.
Nope.
prisoners?
We can use the dead guy's head like we did with
We
the...
can just.
I suppose we could do that. Yeah. All right. Well,
We just don't need to forget it in our wagon, like we did last time.
Yes, no, that let us please not ever have a body or head or other piece of person in our package ever again. A surprise present, the gift that keeps on giving.
Well, it's a good thing we have a portable hole this time we can store stuff in.
Just because Garan would have gone through everything as well.
You would find, Garan, that because they took the amount of time they did, they've effectively found everything. Nothing was particularly well hidden. There was one box that they put the most valuable stuff in, including the cash. Assuming, of course, y'all are choosing to keep the cash.
Yeah, I was looking. I guess Garan would have been specifically trying to focus on anything that might belong to a person who was specifically wronged by these, like a wedding ring or anything of that nature, because that would be like a primary thing he'd want to return. But if it looks like it's just money, then it's possible that they could have sold it and fenced it, and so they may not get any of that back. But
the stuff that looks individual and valuable, specifically, there's the bone statuette, the vestments, the potion, the gold necklace you took off the dead body of the other guy back the other time, the scroll, and the silver mirror. However, looking closely at them, it does not appear that the silver mirror or bone statuette have like a owned by this person mark or anything like that. You could potentially try and find original owners. Same thing with the vestments. The vestments, they look like fairly expensive priest garb, particularly of Aether, as they do have various markings embroidered in gold. It doesn't look like they've been worn. It looks like they were being transported and were taken.
Can I detect magic on the stuff we found?
You can. Which would auto-identify some things, because the bone statuette is not magic. Vestments, not magic. The necklace you took off the guy is not magic. And the silver mirror is not magic.
Dang it.
So the scroll definitely is.
The scroll and the potion are both definitely magic.
Can I read the scroll?
Yes, it is in fact a druid spell. Specifically, it is the spell Transport via Plants. You have a one-time use transportation to any plant large enough to fit a person that thicket has seen.
Guys!
He's geeking out. That's great.
I have a question.
Yeah.
The visages.
Pays close attention to Thicket's excitement, as Thicket is wholly in on this spell.
Question. The visage. What, priesthood or god is this? Are they to? Are they in?
The visage? I mean, the vestments?
Yeah, so it's obviously priest clothes. So priest to what?
They have markings of Aether.
Uh-huh.
So it seems to be priests or some church of Aether. Seems to be specially designed outfits for those. Whether they're higher up priests or ceremonial garb, it is definitely outfits that would belong or be used by priests of Aether.
Can we assign the scroll to me?
Yes, we can assign the scroll to Thicket. I thought you'd be happy about that one.
It'll cost a spell in the morning because I don't think ritual casting is a thing that bards get.
I'll double check, but I thought it was. Is it not?
No, I didn't think it was. So it'll cost a spell scroll, a spell slot. But I'll just use one of my bard spells to sacrifice instead for it, and then that way I can get it back after short rest.
What are we using spells for?
In the morning after the long rest, I'll be down one warlock spell, but I get those back every short rest. So
What are you using it for?
You do
though?
have ritual casting.
if I,
It's listed inside of your spellcasting ability, but yes, you do have ritual casting for any spell
Oh.
that you know.
well, that's awesome. I have never been happier to be wrong right now.
Woo!
So I was like, I'm sure, because I distinctly remember a guy in an actual play podcast I watched a while back do that.
Hmm.
Yep. You can
All right,
ritual
well, good deal.
cast. You're currently out of everything else you have, but yes, you can ritual cast.
Yep.
The only thing
No.
you have
I mean,
is...
I got those. Actually, I could have used it now anyway because I did get the
That's
short
true.
rest. So, but yeah. Anyway, all right. So I'll ritual cast over the items that Thicket was able to.
So Thicket's able to read
recognize.
the scroll of transport via plants. The other one, you find out, is a potion of diminution. Diminution. That's the word. Diminution. The red of this potion's liquid continuously contracts to a tiny bead and then expands to color the clear liquid around it. When you drink this potion, you gain the reduce effect of the enlarged reduce spell for 1d4 hours with no concentration. The red in the potion's liquid continuously contracts to a tiny bead and then expands to the clear color around it. Shaking the bottle fails to interrupt this process. So you can reduce, where your size is halved in all dimensions. Your weight is reduced to 1/8 of normal. It reduces your size category by 1 stage. And until the spell ends, you have disadvantage on strength checks and saving throws, and your weapons shrink to match your size and deal 1d4 less damage.
Reduce, reuse, ikiki.
Why do I know that? What is that a reference to?
It's like someone was reading a sign. It said reduce, reuse, recycle. But recycle was.
The gold chain, was that gold chain magical?
Gold chain is not magical. It is valuable, but it's not magical.
Okay.
Now that all the things are identified, who is the acid going to? If you want it to go in the hole, then I'm going to assign it to Thicket.
Anything unclaimed goes in the hole.
Pretty much.
What is the acid? Is it that a throwable that?
Let me check.
Yeah.
Is it the acid that the dude threw at us?
Yeah, as an action, you can splash the contents onto a creature within 5 feet of you, or throw up to 20 feet, shattering on an impact. In either case, you make a ranged attack against the creature or object, treating the acid as an improvised weapon. On a hit, the target takes 2d6 acid damage.
Yeah, I want that.
You can also just pour it on stuff. Okay, the bone statuette. It's not magical, but it is valuable.
What does it look like?
Well, specifically, it is a fairly tall humanoid man. He has a very dark look to him. The statue is made out of bone, but still the shading and design seems to incorporate some element of soot to kind of darken his face and kind of give an indentation of eyes, and it's a very well-designed statue. Kind of weird. As you look at it, it seems... the best way to describe this. Almost intimidating in the way that it's designed. It looks very imposing. He is tall, he is well built. Around him, carved from the bone, is effectively this large cloaking cape. You can't tell too many other details because of the size, and it is a statuette. Trying to think of what other details you would get, because it's also, made of bone. I'm gonna roll a thing, because there's one thing that you would notice that they probably would have included specifically, and I'm gonna say there is a 70% chance this is there and you would find it. You do find, from his mouth, there are 2 small, downward fangs.
Ooh.
It's a small
Hey, wait,
detail,
is
but
this
it's
a
there.
vampire? Is it a vampire?
I don't know,
Thicket
what
will
do you
pick
think?
it up and play action figures with it like it's Bale.
There is an inscription as you are picking it up and looking around it. Let me check what the language would be. The language would be in Infernal.
Does anyone speak Infernal?
No, I'm sorry, not Infernal. No, wait, that's right. Yeah, Infernal.
Nope.
I did not.
Does the man have a tail?
Not that you can tell, no.
Does he have horns?
Nope.
Is
I think we
he?
should show this to Bale next time we see him.
Is there any like noticeable clothing? Like,
A large
Could-
cloak. It seems to be designed like he's wearing fine clothes, but it's hard to tell with the statue. The statue is designed where it looks like his arms are crossed. Menacing stance. or heroic, depending on how you choose to see it. Yes, you would like the bone statuette.
If no one claims it, Thicket will take it
Yeah.
You know,
to
I think-
continue playing action figures.
the vestments. in
What
the
are
hole.
what exactly is that? Clothes?
Yeah, it's like
Okay.
the fancy priest overclothes.
Gambit will take it
Doug will take. Yeah, Doug will take one.
Okay,
if there is.
You
This
said there were
looks like
a few, right?
there are a few, yes.
okay, Gambit
Yeah.
will take one. This looks like a helpful disguise that will be useful later.
This is a tool that will help us later.
I thought the exact same thing, Micah.
Yeah. Okay, I've thrown one to each of you. Who's getting the third one?
Probably the whole.
Okay. The gold necklace that you took off of the scoundrel from the Displacer Beasts encounter.
If no one takes it, Thicket would want to take it to the jeweler.
Yeah, it is a nondescript gold chain necklace. The potion of diminution.
Honestly, Thicket's
Goron.
already small. Well, I think Thicket's already small. Thicket should be able to take that, and if Thicket was willing to, that could help.
Well,
With
I mean,
more-
I can already turn into a spider.
Yeah.
Right, but
Well,
then
see-
you wouldn't have to shift.
That's true. And I could still talk.
Take it then.
That's true.
3 potions of healing.
I think Gambit has one, so he's good.
Does
I
everyone
think-
have one?
I
Doug does
don't, but
not.
I have healing spells.
All right.
So
Yep,
give one to Doug.
All right, John.
What is it again? Sorry, I missed it.
Potion of healing.
healing.
Oh,
Oh,
I
wait.
want one. I definitely want one.
Doug does have one.
I just used my last one, so definitely want one.
All right. Well, then if Dog has one and Gambit has one, then it should just, even though you have healing spells,
Well, do you have one?
no, I don't. But actually, I John could have one, I could have one, you should have one, and so let's say you go down, then we can, well, anybody can get to you and use it,
Aren't there only 3?
Right. But if you have one, I thought Dog, didn't you say you had one, or do you want a second?
No,
Yes,
Doug
I
said
have
he's-
one.
Oh.
So,
So
take
it
it
just
then.
makes sense for all of us to have one, I think.
Yeah.
Who doesn't
and
have a
remember
potion of
Thicket-
healing right now in their inventory?
One still has not gone to me, so I don't.
Okay, so then you can have one.
The silver mirror.
The hole!
The hole it is.
Did we say if did that do anything, or was it just a mirror?
It's just a
It's
mirror.
just a mirror.
It's just a mirror.
And are y'all taking the cash money?
Yeah,
We're splitting
a hole.
Yeah, splitting the money.
Alright. Split the money evenly.
Mm-hmm.
And I will
Should we
press
put
the-
this in the hole so we're not like?
Yeah, no.
suspiciously rich?
All of it can go in the hell. We can disperse it later.
If the primary
Okay.
intent is to move it to the individual people, I'm just gonna hit the button that does that.
Okay. Yeah, do that.
Y'all can say it goes to the
Yeah.
hole until you get back to town if you'd like, but I'm gonna press the button.
Sounds
Should
good.
auto assign everything as I've assigned it. It'll take a second. Boom.
David will sort it while he's on watch.
Cool. Everything has gone to each person.
I don't have it. Nope. I have a potion. That's it.
You got a potion of feeling.
All right.
It doesn't
okay.
look
money
like
hasn't gone yet.
I should
You have
press it
enough money.
again because the coins did not. There you go. Now the coins have assigned.
Oh,
It
look,
looks
I'm
like
rich.
it does do the coins consistently, and then we'll stock them up until they get dispersed evenly. So there's currently 3 platinum, 4 gold, 1 silver, and 3 copper in the bag. We'll say just off to the side, maybe that's in the hole. For everyone else, you get 13 platinum pieces, 283 gold pieces, 145 copper pieces, and 470 silver pieces. Gambit, for the first time in maybe your entire life, you have wealth.
I'm fine. I've made it, Mom.
Nice you have to get back to mom and prove you're not a murderer.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Isn't it
Which is
technically
funny.
slightly moral gray area that we're
Yes.
keeping the money from bandits?
Yes. Well, here, this is what we'll do. We'll take this money, and then we just won't accept any more reward money. This is our reward money, because it would be difficult to figure out who it all goes to.
Yeah, because you can't really just go around and be like, hey, is this your money?
That's
Yeah.
fair.
So we just won't accept any reward money, and we'll call it even. And the
Right, now-
benefit is that they don't have any more bandits in their woods.
Right.
Okay, that's fair.
Glad that was addressed though, because I was about to be like, dang, y'all just nothing. Just we're just gonna take the money. Good. Like this is the reward. Okay, that's acceptable.
I mean, if somebody mentions it back at town, then sure.
You can throw a couple gold pieces their way.
We also don't
We-
have to
we
give
heard about
back all of it.
It's true.
Yeah, we
Oh,
did
it's
do a
just
lot of
lie.
work and almost died multiple times.
During while everyone's talking in the Gron's gonna start trying to gather the different bodies and try to start cleaning stuff up so that it doesn't hopefully attract Grim.
Did we loot Archer?
Not yet.
You-
No,
when
unless
you
you're
went
giving
and
that
talked
to
I
to
thought somebody
everyone, he would have been part of the gathering up the money. There was some money that was on
Okay.
individuals.
Right.
He did not have anything magical. He did have a long sword, a dagger, and a now broken, I believe it was breastplate. There's like a 70% chance it would have broken.
Can
and
I
yeah, it
can I
broke.
take the longsword? I
Let me
actually have
check and
proficiency
see
in that.
the quality of it and see how well it's doing. Actually, surprisingly enough, it is. It is in good quality, so I will throw the longsword onto your feet.
Okay.
But as
and then I
we-
need to get rid of some crap because I am over encumbered.
That's fair.
Does money
and
have weight in this?
It does. There is a 1
That's
pound
why
for
I'm
every...
over encumbered.
Yep, 1 pound for every 10 gold, or for every 10 coins.
How can you tell when you're over encumbered?
At
It's
the
at the
bottom of
bottom.
your inventory, it says your maximum and your current.
You have a longsword dash RW. It is the fancy version. With vents.
What does that do?
We can take a look at it here in a second, but I do think it is almost 11 o'clock me, which means it's also late for some of you other time zone people. So I think we'll probably stop there. I haven't actually rolled random encounters or anything for the night. I don't know if things are going to be attracted to the carnage, if it's going to be a quiet night. Who knows? Certainly not me. I haven't figured that out yet. So I think we're going to go ahead and end the recording and YouTube side, at least for the night. I can tell you about the sword and stuff in a minute. Yeah, but so people can bet and head off or do things they need to do, we'll go ahead and end there. Thanks YouTube for anyone coming and watching. We appreciate you, and I hope you have a wonderful week. Bye YouTube.
Good night.
Good night.